it's snowing! It'll bring back the ghosts!
What?
Oh, not the snow ghost!
Hey everybody, welcome to Back Issues of Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Oh, it's time for another Redux, baby! Which means it's time for us to hit the good old Redux button. JLA Avengers from Kurt Busiek and George Perez from 2003. We did it about 11 years ago.
Oh, no.
And that was not like the first episode we ever did.
No, it was pretty early though, right?
It was early.
Season 1 or something.
No.
If we could break it up into seasons, I'd say,
Year
I don't know.
one.
It was the final Marvel DC crossover ever. And that was true
At the time.
at the time and up until about a year ago when Marvel and DC were desperate enough to do it again. I'm so excited for it. I love what we've gotten so far. The Batman Deadpools and the Shazam and Thors and all the other stuff that's coming up. Spider-Man, Superman. Hopefully more. We'll see. You know what harbinged it? Those omnibuses collecting the crossovers and the amalgams. But suspiciously absent was JLA Avengers, arguably the greatest Marvel DC crossover of all time. I remember when this was coming out in 2003. I was collecting comics at the time, or I was kind of like I had one foot out and one foot in. I was still reading Wizard, and so I was aware of it tangentially. And I was like, must be pretty desperate, because, you know, back then it's like, oh my God, a crossover. We just got through doing all those DC versus Marvel crossovers. We were just over the amalgams, and now we're doing a JLA Avengers. Turns out it was a massive undertaking to get this thing through, to the point where, you know, when they first did them in like 1976 with Spider-Man, Superman, and then again with Superman, Spider-Man, again, and then again with Batman, Hulk, and Titans, and X-Men, and all that stuff, they had also been considering in the 80s a JLA Avengers. The idea being that they were like, well, we did like single characters, Superman, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Batman. You know, with the second Superman, Spider-Man, we had Wonder Woman in there. You know, we shoehorned a couple other characters in there.
Yeah, but like, that's the trouble, is that if you're not a fan of one of those two characters,
you're kind of
you're
left
not
out
gonna
in the
buy it.
cold. It's true. And not so epic. You know, it's epic in the effort, and it was epic in that, you know, some of those collections are huge, but didn't have stakes or ramifications, except it absolutely did, because Titans X-Men was massive, resurrected the Phoenix, teamed her with Darkseid, arguably created the Source Wall, but they had been toying with the idea of doing a JLA Avengers crossover with George Perez doing the art all the way back in the 80s, and
Why specifically George Perez?
he was just so good at what he did, they were like, that's the guy.
was he like good for drawing all the characters? Not
Yes.
like he had a specialty on one?
No, he could do them all. And it's interesting, though, you know, Perez had a particular affinity for Wonder Woman, so I'm sure he would have worked extra hard on her. It's actually very evident when he eventually got back to doing this, about 20 years after he had drawn 20 plus pages of an unapproved JLA Avengers crossover that they had originally greenlit, but the plot wasn't fully formed or fully approved and caused a massive problem for everybody. Jim Shooter became editor-in-chief at the time, and he was like, this plot sucks. Like, I do not like this. And they're like, all right, give me something better. He actually sent, because Jerry Conway, who had written for Marvel and was working for DC at the time, was tapped to write the JLA Avengers crossover, and then Shooter hated it, and so he tapped Roy Thomas to kind of clean up what Conway did, and it just, and then eventually just spun out of control. And eventually Perez is like, I can't do this anymore, and he had to walk away. And it was heartbreaking, and he blames everything on Jim Shooter. So it had been this kind of ephemeral thing, like JLA Avengers. We know that George Perez drew art because he was happy to say that he did, and those pages were out there somewhere. I'd heard he'd brought them to conventions for people to see. There was a rumor that Rob Liefeld eventually bought them, and then he brought them to conventions for people to look at, but never touch or keep or own.
Look what George did.
Yeah, look at what George did. And
I have it
and
now.
I have it now. Interestingly enough, those pages are readily available for anybody because they were included in collected editions, because when they eventually did do JLA Avengers in 2003, they made all the collections. The only way you could really get the Marvel DC crossovers from the 70s and 80s was in that one very rare trade paperback crossover classics, which of course I have because I'm a dork and I needed it. And now there's an omnibus, which I also have 2 covers of, but let's not get into my neuroses. Let's just focus on the comic at hand. With JLA Avengers in 2003, they were like, well, it's 2003. You know, we know how to make comics. We know how to keep things on posterity. There's a trade paperback of JLA Avengers. There's a hardcover, oversized edition of JLA Avengers. There's, of course, the original prestige-bound single issues of JLA Avengers. And within the hardcover, they included scans of the original George Perez art. So you could find
like a bonus feature.
See it, yeah, exactly. And there's an afterword by the writer Kurt Busiek and so forth. We'll get into the formation of JLA Avengers in a minute. The actual JLA Avengers, not the failed book that didn't happen, that was the source of a lot of contention for many people. And it's just yet another reason why people at Marvel or DC hated Jim Shooter. Industry fell apart in the 90s, so they made DC versus Marvel as a way of kind of like helping to infuse sales, which it did, massively successful sales-wise, and brought about other crossovers, not just DC versus Marvel, the 4-issue miniseries, and not just all those amalgam books that spun out of DC versus Marvel, but also the 90s wave of crossovers, which included things like Superman Silver Surfer, both Spider-Man Batmans, etc. Those, I think, are really fun. Some of them are better than others. Most of them are worse than others. But it was this golden age of crossovers again.
Those they were trying.
Yeah, they were doing something. And it was all because the industry was in the toilet and everybody needed money. But afterwards...
Oh, is it better now?
Oh, good. F you. Literally that, because because Joe Quesada, who had a chip on his shoulder about DC, went to work at Marvel, and when he became editor-in-chief, he kind of made a proclamation that there will be no more DC Marvel crossovers. And that actually those were stupid and desperate.
Stupid kid stuff.
Well, and they're bad. Which George Perez was also like, yeah. And I wrote one of them. And I can admit that they are.
Yeah, like he's telling on himself.
Yeah. Well, he was happy to say, like, I wrote Superman Silver Surfer. It's not great. The one thing that Quesada was okay with was JLA Avengers. And I think it was just to infuse a little bit more extra cash into Marvel's coffers at the time. Because outside of that, Joe Quesada was very quick to attack anyone, especially Paul Levitz over at DC, greenlit stuff like Marvel's. So the way that JLA Avengers formed was they were like, okay, Grant Morrison is writing JLA, and Kurt Busiek is revitalizing Avengers, so they'll work together. And Morrison was like, this sucks. I don't want to do that, and evaporate.
Right, that's not what I'm doing.
There was also talk of it actually happening in continuity in both publishers' books. Like, you'd have to buy Avengers and Justice League in order to actually get the crossover.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really ambitious idea. It's just
ambitious
it's
is
a
a good
great
word,
pitch, and then
yeah.
the second you try to make it work logistically, you're like, oh no, we're not going to do that.
Well,
We've never done that. We've never tried to do that, and it would never hold water. Like, we would lose. People didn't know that Batman Deadpool was different from Deadpool Batman.
That's kind of fair.
I understand,
I guess,
but
yeah.
also that's on you, the publisher, and on you, the uninformed reader. You need to know. Drives me crazy.
See, if I didn't know anything about comics, I might assume that, like, well, yeah, if it's the DC one, they say Batman, Deadpool. If it's the Marvel one, they say Deadpool, Batman. It's the same thing.
Right,
They
no.
wouldn't do two books about the same characters and just switch the names. That's insane.
And also, each one of those publications had 100 variant covers per publication.
That doesn't
So it's
help.
like you're some rube walking into a comic book store. I hear there's a Batman Deadpool crossover. Here they are. Well, there's like 50 issues.
Which one do I get?
There's only one issue. Just pick your favorite cover. Except that 2 months later, there'll be a new issue with 100 different covers, and that's a different book from the other 100 books we just have on the shelf right now. I'm glad they didn't do that. I mean, they wanted it to be in continuity, and it still technically is.
Yeah.
So Morrison disappeared. Mark Waid took over. So like, great, Mark Waid and Kurt Busiek, you two will work together, and you will write JLA Avengers. And hey, Howard Porter is drawing Justice League, and George Perez is drawing Avengers. So George will draw the Avengers parts or issues, and Howard Porter will draw the Justice League parts. No, that didn't work out either. And Mark Waid was like, I'm leaving for a new publisher called CrossGen, who pays you a salary and has like company structure where like I get like benefits. So
I really like it. And guess what? Now no one knows of CrossGen.
The sad and quick history of CrossGen is Marvel bought them and buried it. That's what happened to CrossGen. So Wade goes to CrossGen. He's out. The whole thing goes to Kurt Busiek. which he's more than happy to handle because a good on to share. I'm sure that he was disappointed to lose Mark Waid. Mark Waid would be an amazing resource, but again, it's one of the greatest Marvel DC crossovers, if not the greatest Marvel DC crossover of all time. Busiek understands both universes and both characters, and as a result of also losing Waid, they were like, how about George Perez just draws the whole damn thing? Perez wants to do it anyway, so we've got ourselves a book. It's called JLA Avengers. DC will publish 2, Marvel will publish 2, but it'll be indistinguishable who puts out what as far as the reader is concerned.
Right, it's just a different logo on the cover.
Yes, and it'll alternate.
Right.
It'll be called JLA Avengers and Avengers JLA, whatever.
So that makes it confusing for what do we call it looking back?
Oh, it's JLA
when we refer to the whole thing. Now, how did that happen? That doesn't seem fair.
Right? Well, I think it's because of who got what responsibilities. I know that the idea was that DC would publish it, but Marvel would market it, which in today's world, I'd be like, uh-oh, that means Marvel's not going to market it, because Marvel doesn't market anything. But
I have to market on Marvel.
yeah. So they do the crossover. It's a huge success. It's massive. I have a Wizard magazine at our disposal, which includes George Perez's diary.
I was going to ask why we had a
Why
Spider-Man.
we have this Wizard.
Wizard.
Yeah. In this Wizard magazine, George Perez included excerpts from his Working on JLA Avengers diary, where he actually shares with you in the moment thoughts on the process. And you can watch as it almost falls apart a couple of times. It's also how you get the information about, like, oh, Howard Porter was involved, or Grant Morrison was involved, or Mark Waid was involved, or then Perez starts drawing, and he is going to leave for CrossGen. And so he's like, oh no, I don't want to lose this because I love it. It's an entire labor of love. Perez just wants to do this job. He also, I think, wants kind of restitution from having wasted 20 pages 25 years earlier. And so
25 years earlier, man.
Well, 20 pages, that's a lot of art.
it's a lot of art, and it's art no one gets to see.
Except for all the people you show at shows.
Yeah, that should be in print.
Could have.
Yes, exactly.
If only.
Thank God, by the way, because it's terrible.
I was going to ask, like, was there any DNA from that in this?
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay. But it improved, I guess, if it was terrible.
Exponentially.
Okay.
Tom Brevoort in his blog actually included the scripts for the original JLA Avengers, or at least what they had. And it is gobbledygook.
Okay. Well, I'm sure, an editor would have cleaned that up.
I would hope. But what's funny is the editor-in-chief of Marvel's like, this is a fucking disaster. Like, just fix it. Just write it. He's like, I'll have Roy Thomas do it. Roy Thomas is like, I don't know what Thomas did, but I didn't hear anything about it.
Right.
All I know is I read what I read, and I'm like, yikes.
It sounds like the right decision was made to not
Ultimately,
make it.
scrapping it was the right decision, I think, because this JLA Avengers is way more epic and impactful than Kang and the Lord of Time teaming up.
The Lord of Time?
Yeah, well, because, both characters travel in time. Whatever. It's just like, But you do get a great, amazing visual homage to the cover. Because the cover or the promotional image of the original 80s JLA Avengers is everywhere. Like, you saw it in any reference to it. Perez or Marvel or DC or whoever was like, here you go, here's the copy. Like, yeah, show people what they didn't get. And
I'm sorry, you're pitting Thor against Superman?
yeah.
Where the hell is Captain America?
Well,
He's fighting Batman.
yeah, because
There's a
he doesn't
bigger
have very strong powers.
Yeah.
Thor's powers are
No, it
more
was always
equivalent.
going to be Cap versus Batman. It was such that in DC versus Marvel, it was Cap versus Batman.
Yeah.
Such that in JLA Avengers, the one that actually came out, even though Cap has a crucial role to play, it's still Cap versus Batman. Like, in the book, it's Superman versus Captain America, but also there's a Batman versus Captain America crossover too. Because, you really want to see that, don't you? And it's like, I
guess.
Yeah, I do. Especially because when you see, the lost art, it's like, oh, that would look pretty rad. Now, don't feel too bad for anyone, because after JLA Avengers was scrapped in the 80s, George Perez drew Crisis, and Jim Shooter did Secret Wars. So everybody was doing okay. It worked out, and by the way, because of the meteoric success of both of those initiatives, when they got those books out there, and they were so successful, they were like, we don't ever need to cross over with those people ever again. Like, this whole thing comes together from 99 to 2003.
I was gonna say, wait, how long did it take to create this? 4 years.
Theoretically, it took like 20 plus years, but when they announced the idea to each other, when they were floating the concept, 99 to 2003. That's how long it takes. And Perez starts inking his own work because he just wants to get it out before he has to go work for CrossGen. Marvel and DC both want to say when it's coming out, but George Perez is like, I don't know. And when I was brought on, when I was hired on to do this project, I didn't tell you when it was going to be done because look at it. And
there's a lot going on.
I've shared this anecdote before, but I'll share it again for posterity. I didn't appreciate this when it came out. I was just like, oh, cool, another one, because I remember 96. I was like, yeah, right. They did a lot of shit.
It'll be fine,
and
whatever.
And then 03, and everybody seems pretty buddy-buddy. I'm not paying attention to what Joe Quesada is saying in comic press. So I see this book, and I'm like, oh, cool. So this is my copy. These are my copies from the shelf that I got. And I was like, oh, what? And admittedly, I didn't even recognize half this shit because I wasn't as familiar with material back then as I would become. If you told me in 2003, oh, you will be a comic book YouTuber, I would have been like, is there any way to prevent that future from happening?
Do I have to?
Do I have to? Yes, you have to. Is this a nothing? So when I read JLA Avengers the first time, I was just like, okay, this seems cool. Oh, the Batman fight looks pretty dope. But the art is so fantastic, but also so detailed. It's George Perez. It's the work of his career. It's Herculean. I love it. Now, today, I appreciate it on every level. I was looking over it today before we started shooting, just poring over panels that it's a sensory overload of art. Because it's every color of the rainbow punching each other. And so I remember vividly, because I'd never seen a book of its kind ever, before or since. Closest thing is Crisis. And even then, that's all DC characters. And even then, those are DC characters that have them. I was like, I don't even know who that is. Then it's Marvel and DC, and I'm like, oh, jeez, don't even start. It gave me nightmares. A literal nightmare where I went to the comic book store, there's like mist, and I go to the shelf, and I get JLA Avengers again, and I'm like, oh man, but then I grab Spider-Man, and it looks just like JLA Avengers. Every panel has 1,000 characters, and they're all brightly colored, and they're all doing some very specific bit of business, and I'm like, I can't acclimate myself, ah! And then I woke up in a cold sweat and was like, thank God I don't live in a world where every book is JLA Avengers. And thank God there isn't a world where every book is JLA Avengers, because there is no such world. We don't deserve George Perez or JLA Avengers, but it still happened. Now, JLA Avengers comes out. It's a DC book at the end of the day. Even now, you could pull up on DC's website JLA Avengers, the hardcover edition, for $75. It is out of print and has been for decades.
But I mean, if you put enough requests in, maybe we'll make a run.
No, they will not.
Look, I know, I've put in thousands myself.
I'm on that
under different names and different email addresses.
I will tell you this, I have never bit the bullet on it because it's $400.
Yeah.
I'm from scalpers. Like, I'm not gonna ever buy it until it's reprinted. As of the taping of this episode, they have announced that they're doing facsimile reprints of JLA Avengers. Because, by the way, it's not in the omnibuses.
What do you mean facsimile reprints?
Facsimile reprints are, they print it exactly as it was when it was printed the first time. So like, when they reprint seminal books from the era, they'll reprint them of similar paper quality and all the ads and stuff. So it's like getting the same copy. Before now, where we are technically living in the next age of the Marvel DC crossover, where we've gotten the Batman Deadpools and the Spider-Man Supermans and the Thor and Shazam and the Fantastic Four Flash and other things like that, we hadn't had anything. And Marvel and DC, of course, couldn't be more disparate. As of the construction of JLA Avengers, DC had been owned by Warner Brothers. Marvel had been owned by nothing. Still technically its own company, although, Toy Biz and stuff, but Marvel was its own company.
Right.
So now we're in a weird place where both of them are owned by massive media companies who couldn't be more at odds with each other. George Perez got cancer, and he always lamented the fact that JLA Avengers was out of print. Couldn't get it since like 2007 or something.
Yeah.
And the end was coming, and he made it known that he would like to see more people get a copy of JLA Avengers and see it in print. And so, as I've heard the story told, Marie Javins of DC reached out to Marvel and brokered a deal where the Hero Initiative, a company that works to bring money and healthcare to comic book creators, would publish a print trade paperback limited to 7,000 copies.
Okay.
This is it. When
that's
it
where
went on
that comes
sale,
from.
it was immediately gobbled up because not every comic shop got it, and if
Yeah.
they got it, they got one.
Wow.
The comic shop that I got this one from got two. This is one of them. And the only reason I have this is because I was on social media doing this show, and I saw the announcement immediately. Like, when it was posted, I saw that announcement. I called my comic shop, and I told them, and he immediately called the distributor and pre-ordered, he was like, give me as many copies as allowed. And they got him two.
I was like,
and
technically it should only be one, but all right.
But you are the first one to call. And so he set one aside for me.
Wow.
But this book is very difficult to achieve. I remember it going on sale and available on eBay for $300 immediately. I was just like, how dare you?
Yeah.
But it's collector edition because there's so few of them.
There's so few you see.
Right. It's automatically collector.
Why? Why would you limit it? And it's just like, that was the deal. The deal was like, I guess I don't want so many copies around. But that's hardly
That doesn't
honoring
make any
what Perez
sense.
asked. It's just so stupid. Like, especially because up until like 2007, you could buy the hardcover edition for $75. By the way, $75 for the oversized, beautiful edition that has the original pages. But it also has all the stuff. It has the pages from 20 years prior. It has the afterwards and forwards and everything. It's got everything, basically. It just doesn't have
Like a complete edition,
it's
sort of.
as complete as it could be, and the paper quality isn't nearly as good.
No.
My choice was either going to some vulture on the internet and spending hundreds, like
Yeah.
$500 on something I should have bought when I was able to directly from the distributor, or this. And even then, people couldn't get it, and it's not fair, and I think that's horseshit. And even now that the omnibuses are out and all the crossovers are collected, this is still not available. I was like, well, that must mean they're making some kind of a big edition or something. There's no word outside of, like, literally yesterday them saying they're going to reprint
Get these,
Which,
yeah.
by the way, they printed a lot of these. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you really want to read JLA Avengers in
probably
hardcover,
find it.
you could just go to a comic book store and buy them. And if you have a halfway honest comic shop, it'll be priced at, like, maybe $30.
Okay.
Like, it's not too much.
Right. And this was probably.
This was $30.
Yeah. Okay. So.
That's how it should be.
Right. Right. That's fair.
It's absolutely fair.
It's a fair price.
It's not insane.
Right. And you're not.
a
You
big
wouldn't do
book.
any better.
No. And it's a big book, and it's, you know.
Did you get these when they came out?
I did. Like,
Okay.
those are from the
These
shelf.
are the ones from.
Those are
oh,
they.
wow,
That's
first
right.
editions.
Yeah.
Is it connected? Because I don't remember to the stuff from like Amalgam,
No.
like
No.
to those events.
They don't remember any of that shit.
Oh.
Only a handful of characters even remember that DC versus Marvel happened.
Hmm.
But also, those characters who do remember don't in this either.
They forgot subsequent.
Conveniently enough. You'd
Yeah.
think that Batman might remember seeing two Rock'em Sock'em robot gods that represent each other's universes fighting each other with swords in the astral plane.
Well, no, he's like,
But no.
I want to forget this.
I don't
wanna
want to know this.
I want to forget that all of this happened.
Clark, do you have any of those wishing machines? I want to wish that no one remembers DC versus Marvel.
Well, what about
Access.
Access? Isn't he an actual character
He's an
in
actual
DC?
character in DC.
I can't remember him, let alone have him remember this.
Yeah, I've heard a rumor that when creatives have wanted to use him, they have been denied. That even though Marvel and DC both have the rights to use Access and could at any point, they choose not to.
Maybe that's sort of like mutual destruction. Like, I'm not going to use him, so you don't use him.
Right.
Because we're not going to tease like, yeah, we're going to do it again.
Right. Well, because
Right.
that's
We don't
what
want to bring it up.
Except you do bring it up, and I've referenced this on numerous occasions leading up to the inevitable omnibuses and crossovers where like Donny Cates would have the Justice League show up and get killed by the Black Winter or some nonsense.
Yes.
You know, they
But it's not really the Justice League.
No.
It's some stand-in for them.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
it's like they don't care about that. But like you can't use that literal character because then the fans will be
they're
asking
lose
me.
it. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to tell them no. And then I'm the bad guy.
Right, exactly.
Here's the thing. I locked his Wikipedia page. I just don't want to unlock it.
Yeah. I actually don't have the password. I have no idea how to edit that entry. I'm glad for it. I hate Access, and I don't want to see him ever
Right.
again.
He shouldn't be in books because he
annoying,
sucks.
Because you know why? And here's really why. Like my real problem
Oh
with
yeah.
Access.
Oh, you're gonna tell me the real problem? Okay.
Hot take.
He has no powers.
No, he has a power.
He has some. Yeah, he can travel.
He
between
can travel
universes.
between universes.
Exactly.
and he can pull any.
He has
character from
that
any other
extra
universe he wants.
power.
That's nothing.
No, it's nothing.
That's the same power as the artists.
Yes. Here's the problem with Access. The problem is because I understand, you know, on some level why they created him. Because like only through Access can you have a Marvel DC crossover. Except for literally every Marvel DC crossover which does not feature Access, which is virtually all of them, by the way.
But he was the new mechanism, right? Because
was the
in
new
the previous
mechanism.
ones they were like in an alternate, like shared Earth or something.
Either they were in a shared Earth or their Earths like had a dimensional rift or something.
Yeah, this was meant to be like a quasi-permanent device that could be used
Just in case.
over and over again.
Yeah, like in case of economic collapse, get Access.
Right.
The problem is, if you ever want to do another crossover, then the crossover kind of has to be about Access.
Right.
And that is the problem that I have
It's
with
like
Access.
an anchor around the neck of whatever
You
crossover.
can't have like a pure crossover ever again if you use Access as your way
Yeah.
to do it, because Access inevitably has to come up.
Right, and then
And-
everyone has to figure out a way to get him into the story.
Right,
and,
it's
they're
like
not going to want to do that.
pages wasted.
Yeah.
Because you're only really going to do one issue. You're wasting ink and paper on Access, and it's just like, just don't. Which is why JLA Avengers is also excellent, because it doesn't reference any of that crap. And I hope we never see him again.
I hope he's dead, and we're not going to see him
I hope he's
anymore.
as dead as Tempest Fugonaut. I would rather see Tempest Fugonaut again. They want it to be in continuity. They want it to be a true dovetail from each other's runs. We open in the planet of Pulmachus, which is the home of Archon, who is kind of like a Conan-adjacent Marvel character. Also, Conan is a Marvel character sometimes, but when I don't want to have to pay for Conan, I get Archon in here. And so he's attacked by the same entity that demands that they explain to him something. He just, tell me! And they're like, what? And Archon's like, you know, warrior king, so he's just like, fight me! And just is obliterated. He's gone.
Tell me, fight
That
me.
sucks.
No!
What?
It sounds like we're asking for two different things. So he's dead, and you're like, oh man, a whole universe dies with Archon, but also Archon didn't die. Don't worry about it. Like, you're meant to go like, oh no! And it's like, these are technically expendable universes.
Right.
I mean, every universe is.
but also
But these are characters that like you might recognize if you're like a hardcore fan, and you'll be like, holy shit, this character is playing for keeps.
there's actual stakes.
This book has stakes.
Except it doesn't, because you said he doesn't actually die.
Well, and here's the thing. Maybe they did die. You know what? I would actually argue, yes, this is the Pulmachus and Quard, which are destroyed, but the events of the story allow for everything to be restored.
I see.
Let's say that they did get annihilated by the entropic version of the DC villain Crona.
So this is just establishing this entity has the ability to
destroy-
obliterate what you know of as the Marvel and DC universes.
Yes.
Because it just obliterated a lesser known equivalent.
That's correct.
So if they don't fix the problem, it could get real bad.
Oh, it will. Yes. So
Okay.
that's the Marvel universe or Marvel multiverse. We go to Quard, which of course is the homeworld of the Weaponeers, who make Sinestro's ring and other things.
I vaguely remember this
They are
part.
being sacked by the crime syndicate. They're having a grand old time wrecking the place.
Oh yeah, the crime syndicate.
Oh
Yeah.
And then Crona shows up and he kills all of them and destroys the universe they're in.
Right. Is that so? That's the Crime Syndicate universe,
Yeah, that's-
and the Crime Syndicate version
Of Quard? Or is it that the crime syndicate are, because, okay, it's post-crisis, so it technically isn't really like a DC multiverse.
Oh, that's right, there is no
so,
multiverse.
No, the crime syndicate is on Earth 2. So they're in the galaxy.
Right.
So they go to Cord. So really they go to Cord, but it says a universe dies. So let's just say they're in another universe. So the Grandmaster is out in space and he's watching like, I don't know, like there's a grand cosmic ballet of nonsense. Basically, he had a bet that
Jack Kirby shit.
Let's see what's going to happen to this thing. I made a bet 1 billion years ago that this thing would do one thing, and let's see if it's going to do it. And it's going to take about 30 seconds to actually reach its potential.
Oh, sweet. My bet's finally going to pay off.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, that's how old the Grandmaster is. That's how obsessed he is with these deals or these games that he plays. And then his mind is probed by Crona. I'm not going to bury the lead.
Right,
We did this
it's
episode
Crona.
already.
Yeah.
Crona appears. Now, who's Crona and what's his deal? And why does he look like an out-of-work porn star? Crona is a Malthusian. You don't know that species, but you do. What does he kind of look like? He's a guardian.
I was gonna say he looks like a guardian.
Malthusians are what the race of guardians were when they started. And Crona was a bigger dick than most guardians are. And basically, Crona wanted to know the origins of the universe. You know, these guys are old, they've been around forever, they've seen everything. Crona's like, what happened before? And the Malthusians are like, you're not really allowed to know. It's one of those things. It's like,
it's meant to be a
we
mystery.
have very few rules. That's one of them. You can't know what it is. And he's like, that's horseshit.
Why
I don't know.
though? Yeah. Who says so?
Who says? We do. And it's like, well,
Yeah, but
I
why?
am you, though.
Why
Yeah.
would you say that?
And-
I don't say that.
right?
Why?
And through Crona's bullshit, he ends up discovering the hand that makes the DC universe.
Right, the
now, of course,
hand.
what they didn't know is the hand belonged to Perpetua. Because then Perpetua would have been the villain of the story, which would have made it a little bit better, but also would have made it so much worse, because Perpetua sucks on toast. But let's take Crona here.
Right.
So Crona saw the hand, he's like, but whose hand is it? And I have a theory about what Busick is trying to say with this. We'll get to it, hopefully, because that would give this episode some depth besides just what happened and why.
Right.
But Crona saw the hand, wants to know whose hand it is. Is it the same hand that made everything? So he's bebopping and scatting over the Marvel Universe, finds Grandmaster, and he's like, hey, how did all of this start? Tell me. And Grandmaster's like, and then we cut to a month later, and we're in the DC universe.
Does that pay off?
Oh, that thing from the beginning? Who cares? And we don't get any payoff on that.
Well, the thing from the beginning was Crona, right?
No, the thing from the beginning, he's asking about the bet
The thing
that
the Grandmaster
The
was
bet.
waiting
Oh
on.
yeah, that's not meant to be a thing.
we're not
going
going to find out about that.
Anyway, I'll see that in about 30 seconds. Man, I can't believe I've been waiting like eons and billions of
Yeah.
years to... What the hell is this?
That's right. That's stakes. Crona destroyed Grandmaster's 1 billion year bet.
Well, I make those all the time though.
true.
So Crona already, he's in another universe, right? Because he's from the DC universe,
He's
but
from
he's
the DC
now
universe.
over in
The Marvel
somehow
universe.
in the Marvel universe.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, that's right. And he's wearing the entropy armor that he wore the last time you saw Crona in continuity, so you know it's in continuity. I'm just pointing that
What
out. because
happened
it's a
last
neat
time
thing.
he was in
He
continuity?
exploded.
Oh, okay.
So
Not so exploded after all.
no, this is the first time he takes physical form since the last time he exploded.
Okay.
So we're in the DC universe. The Justice League is fighting a big, scary monster. It's Terminus. If you know your Marvel lore, Terminus is a Marvel villain. Double page splash. Whole Justice League is involved. They're saving people. They're fighting this big monster. They don't know who he is. They don't know his power set or what his deal is. He won't answer them because he rarely talks, and when he does, he says pithy nonsense. It doesn't matter. And so they're trying to fight him. Batman's just kind of taking it all in. Also because there's not jack shit he could do about it.
Right, it's a giant monster.
Plastic Man is like,
That's
"Dude,
not true. Get me my bat plane.
Why can't Superman just beat him?
because Terminus's staff blasts him.
Is it magic?
No, it's not magic. It's just very powerful.
Just very powerful. Okay.
And he's from another universe, so it's like, I'm not used to this level of energy or whatever.
Or
Who
whatever,
cares? And the
yeah.
reason is because we need to show the resourcefulness and the ingenuity of the Justice League and have them work as a team. And have Batman tell them what to do. So Batman is like,
Right.
okay, I've seen that his power is derived from his staff, which as far as I can tell is not true. But whatever, it's fine. They do use his staff. Like his staff is
How
part
did you
of
figure
it.
what specifically keyed you into that.
Every time
Batman.
he does something of any import, his staff glows or lights up, and he's also really covetous of it. Like anyone tries to go over, he's like, "You're trying to get my staff." They're like, "I didn't even look at your staff. What are you talking
I've
about?"
deduced that the staff is your weakness.
It's at least important.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great deception.
Yes, right. He could just be lying about that.
So Batman has Jean link them all psychically because Jean Jones is their Verizon.
Right.
And so Batman gives orders of attacking Terminus, distract him over here, do this, that, and other thing. Plastic Man cover his face so that he lifts up his helmet, because I deduced that this is actually like a face mask. He does, revealing Terminus's gross baby face. And when they attack his staff, Green Lantern creates a hard light construct on it, and Terminus is like, "Oh no, you're trying to take it, I'll blast you!" Kyle makes a kind of funnel that points the staff back into his own face, so he blasts himself. So Batman deduced basically the only thing that is strong enough to hurt Terminus is Terminus' own power.
Right.
And so Terminus knocks his own ass out, and they're like,
Green Lantern goes, "Quit hitting yourself."
well, because, he is a 9 Inch Nails listening, video game designing artist. So he's just having a good time.
Yeah.
So they're like, "That was weird. What is
But
this?"
did that kill him? Did he just kill that guy?
No, he just knocked out.
Oh, how do you know it wouldn't kill him?
Oh, I didn't. But also, this guy's got to go. So
You can't leave this guy here.
Terminus goes down. Superman's like, "What is this?" Then the Spectre appears. And of course, in 2003, the Spectre is Hal Jordan, because Hal Jordan became Parallax.
Right.
And for his troubles, got to be the Spirit of Vengeance. And so...
Oh, Justice League, hear what I have to say.
Yeah, all right, Hal. Hal makes Terminus go away. He's like, "This is a villain, but not your villain. I'll take him." Bloomp. Which never really pays
How can
off.
you take him if he doesn't belong to that universe?
Because I have,
Yeah.
God on speed dial.
Okay. And God has control over this thing from another universe?
Well, God gives me the ability to send things that aren't supposed to be here back where they came
Is
from.
that the God of your universe or the God of all
everything?
of them? Or
Definitely the God of the DC universe.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
yeah, so Hal has the power now to send Terminus back to the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
But also isn't like, "That's odd. Let me check out the Marvel Universe and cross over with it." No, we don't want that, Hal. Just
I'm not giving you that power.
Why don't you go ahead and just drop Terminus off? So he does. And they're like, "That was weird." And of course, it does read like a Justice League book. The Justice League shows up, a big monster attacks, they all team up, they work together, and they defeat the bad guy, and the denizens of DC cheer for them. Meanwhile, Starro is at the Marvel Universe, and everyone's a starfish.
Yup. Yikes.
The Marvel Universe is like, "Ah!" It is just a disaster. And the surviving members of the Avengers are like, I don't know what to do about this.
This doesn't usually happen
This
here.
is a real problem. And so they rally until eventually a starfish lands on Thor, and they're like, "We're fucked." Meanwhile, Quicksilver gets one. He just starts speed punching everybody. They're like, "Oh my God, Starro is a real problem. If Starro got his shit together, or the Justice League lost some of their shit, Starro would be a huge problem."
Yeah.
Does Starro control everyone at
Yeah.
the same time?
Yeah.
It's like one...
It's like a hive mind.
Hive mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carol Danvers, who is sometimes Warbird or Ms. Marvel or Binary, is able to blast a Starro starfish off of Quicksilver. Quicksilver is like, "Oh, it was crazy. I was part of the collective, and they were part of it. It was so calm and serene. It was like being in a grand ocean, and I didn't have a free will or thought of my own, but it was calming and, kind of peaceful in its own way." And so Vision's like, "Neat. I know the opposite of that. My ex-wife Wanda." And so he grabs a starfish and he drops it on her face while she taps into the chaos magic that she's able to access. And her connection with the chaos magic and the hive mind freaks Starro out so bad he fucking leaves. Okay. Such a Marvel solution to this problem. Literally 30 seconds attached to the Scarlet Witch, freaks Starro out, and he bails. No Spectre here. Starro just screams and bails, and all of his offspring die. And they're like, "That was really weird." A lot of very important seminal Marvel shit will happen in a year or two. Right now, it's very quaint, what Marvel looks like.
So Wanda's using chaos magic, but hasn't effed everything up yet.
She's only been kind of a villain sometimes. She's not decimated the mutants.
Right, okay.
Nor has she lost her shit because of her children. But that will come up in this book for some reason.
Oh.
And Bendis will go, "Well, I didn't read JLA Avengers, so I'm not going to worry about that plot point." But Vision gets a call from Quasar, who's out in space, and he's like, the Shi'ar Empire are calling. There's this dude named Lobo who's just punching everybody. And no one is equipped to stop him.
It's like real bad.
It's like real bad. And I love that. I'm like, that's a book. And every page of this crossover is basically Kurt Busiek going, we could do that.
That could be a story.
Is he punching them? He's being really mean.
And kind of problematic about it.
Like, really offensive.
Yeah. And it's not just Lobo. There's all kinds of assholes bombing around from DC in the Marvel Universe. And, of course, this is the first time Marvel and DC have met, according to this crossover. So let's just take it at face value. And they're just like, I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Oh, shit. We are having a problem.
It's like an unprecedented number of like new villains popping up.
New shit. And
like there's always some, but this is an unusual number all at once.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so Iron Man is like, we need to figure out what this is all about. Meanwhile,
Sure.
the Justice League is a lot more proactive about it. You know, they're like, what was the story with that whole Terminus thing? So they find out the vibrational frequency that Terminus came from. They
Sure.
do that a lot in this book. And so they have Wally vibrate at that frequency so that he can go over there and see what's going on. You know?
Okay.
What's going on between our universes? Why did this guy pop over here? Is it a world inhabited by big robot monsters who just want to destroy everything? So Wally ends up teleporting over to the Marvel Universe. He does a little like reconnaissance and finds out like he's just living in a he's just in a suburban neighborhood. He's like, okay. Meanwhile, this kid named Pete Geringer is running from an angry mob of former neighbors because he's a mutant and his powers have manifested.
Yeah,
and
he looks
those
like a weird alien or whatever.
Turn him into a friggin' crazy-ass alien or something.
I'm like calamari.
So anyway, Pete Geringer is just like, no, I'm on the football team, you know me. And they're like, kill the mutant.
Yep.
And Wally's, hey, you guys. Whoa,
What are you doing?
whoa. Let's all take a breath.
Why are you acting like this?
And then-
What, is some sorcerer controlling your minds? Like, why are you going crazy on this guy?
I have some experience with this. And they're like, get the mutant lover. And he's like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, all right, kid, hang on. I gotcha. And he trips over his own feet because there ain't no Speed Force in the Marvel Universe. And he's like, oh, kid, I'm sorry. We're going to die.
I can do nothing for you.
The last
If he
shot.
got winded within like 5 steps, that'd be the funniest thing ever.
No, he's used to running at like top speed within a second. So when he tries to do that, he just falls. And the last moment you see between Pete and Wally is just the mob just descending on them. Like, good God. I mean, fair though. Can't argue with that. That's Marvel.
Yep.
And arguably the world outside my window. So in the DC universe, the JLA are like, the Thanagarians are being invaded by the Skrulls, which, I'm sorry, a couple of Skrulls stayed. There's no way the Skrulls didn't impersonate the Thanagarians, but we're not going to worry about the logistics.
I'm not gonna be like some weird bird person.
Mongols being attacked by Brood, which is like, good. Meanwhile, Wally reappears and he's like, hey, I'm back. His costume's all torn up. And they're like, what happened to you? He goes, I don't want to talk about it. Once his powers faded completely, he no longer was able to vibrate at the frequency of the Marvel Universe, and so he teleported back to the DC Universe.
Oh, so he reverted to vibrating at his own frequency.
Yes.
So he could only be there
While he was vibrating.
while he was actively vibrating.
Yes.
Okay.
And there was
Right.
like some
And
resonance.
it took a little while for it to
vibrations
wear off.
like,
Yeah,
on him.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Pete Geringer was probably ripped asunder.
Well, he runs away. He like jumps really far, so he looks like he gets away.
Actually, the real situation is Wally turns to Pete and he's like, run, little boy. Run as fast as you can and don't stop till you get there. So he's just like, I don't want to ever go back to that world again. That was a really scary place
scary.
and I don't like it. Also, Wally is technically kind of like the same age as Kyle. I don't know. They were really pushing Kyle and Wally as friends back then.
Man.
Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, the Watchtower's proximity alarm goes off and the Watchers outside just looking at him. And they're like,
hello?
Did we order a baby from like ancient Greece?
Yeah, but you're not from here. You don't have to watch that.
I don't have to. I'm moonlighting.
Look, just because I'm in a different universe doesn't mean I'm not going to watch.
He never stops watching The Watchtower, by the way. Of course, The Watchtower.
It's the Watchtower. What else am I going to watch?
Ha!
But I love it because he never stops. Later on,
this is perfect.
they're going to call up like other reservist Justice Leaguers, and Firestorm's like, can he see me no matter where I am? Because I have to go to the bathroom, and I don't want Watcher watching me. And so when he teleports back on Earth, he's like, where's the bathroom? I have to pee. I've had to pee for like a day.
I hate to break it to you, but the Guardians are already watching everything you do.
And according to Tom King, they're recording it.
Yeah, you live in a police state, my friend. It's no privacy whatsoever.
Sorry.
Sorry.
The only thing that gives you any solace is that we're all in it.
Also, he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. The
about
Watcher
watching
is
you
very
pee.
impartial.
Don't worry about the Watcher.
I wouldn't worry about him.
Although if like you were trying to go to the bathroom, you just had this giant eyeball outside the window.
Ignore me!
That would be unnerving.
Pretend I'm not here.
Then the Grandmaster shows up and he's like, that's the Watcher, he's cool. And they're like, ah! And so the Green Lantern makes a construct around him. He's like, what the fuck? We don't need more randos just popping into the Watchtower and breaking our security protocols. And they're like, what's your story? And he's like, I'm Endogast and the Grandmaster. I got shit to tell you, and it's really important or your universe is gonna blow up. And they're like, I don't trust you.
Why would I believe you?
Why would I believe you? So then Wonder Woman's like, I'll hold this lasso.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, all right.
Okay.
So then he
Whatever.
tells them everything that, he sees fit to tell them. We don't actually see what he tells them, but we know it ain't the whole story.
But he's also not like, he's not lying.
No. Yeah, no. He's... Well,
but can't she say, tell me the whole story, don't hold anything back?
She could say that, but we don't have time.
She doesn't think to say that. Okay.
Because she's a very empathetic and trusting person. She's
I will tell
the truth.
Selected pieces of the truth.
Yeah, well, I just won't say that. And also...
Tell me anything I might hypothetically find relevant that's related to all the things you just told me.
So you'd be better at wielding the lasso than her. But Endogast is a gamesman, so he also knows how to play around
true,
that. He's like,
yeah.
oh, the game is that I have to tell the truth?
Got it.
And hold back things from you? Can do.
Mm-hmm.
So he proceeds...
Is that a thing where, like, if you're holding the lasso and you get asked a direct question, can you just drop the lasso?
I think...
But then she'd just force it around you.
Yes, then she'd wrap you
You're
up.
like, why'd you drop it? You wanted to stop telling the truth? Let me just wrap that around
Exactly.
you.
It's more like it's a gesture of faith. Endogast clasps the lasso to show that he's
I have
willing
nothing to hide.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, like, I can just keep my mouth shut.
I could just
Then
say
I'm not
nothing.
lying.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
can just play
it
the
does
fifth.
compel you to talk, though, right?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can't not answer when asked a direct question.
That's
if the
right.
lasso's around
Yeah.
you,
You can, but it very
hurts or
hard.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So we got to collect 12 items. We got to go on a fetch quest and get 12 items
that's
across
right.
both universes. You might
Yeah.
recognize 6 of them because it's split down the middle. There's 6 cool DC items and 6 cool Marvel items. You won't recognize the Marvel stuff. Don't worry about that. Just go grab the things that I
They're
show
not
you.
the Infinity Stones?
One of them is the 6 Infinity Stones.
Yeah, that counts as one.
One of them?
One of them
That
is
only
the 6
counts as
gems.
one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a group thing.
Yeah, one thing is all the Infinity Gems. So the Justice League identify all of their nonsense MacGuffins.
Right.
And he's like, so I'm going to dump all the information that you need about where they are in my universe in your heads. You go on this fetch quest, you get all those things, and then we can save your universe from dying. And they're like, I don't like that. I don't buy that at all. That sounds like super suspicious.
That sounds
he's like,
made up.
and he's like, well, that's all I'm going to tell you.
So he's telling them to go to another universe to get the stuff from that universe?
Well, we need to collect all 12 of these items, or your universe will die.
Right.
Go get them before your counterparts do.
But why is he telling the DC people to go get Marvel
Why
items?
indeed?
Oh, he has a reason. Okay.
Yes.
I
Isn't it a
remember
bet?
this happening, but I don't remember.
bet, yeah.
Ah, okay.
So then he leaves. He's like, watch out, because others will be looking for them. And he disappears.
Right.
And Batman's like, I don't like that at all. And Wally's like, and I don't like this. The big baby.
Yeah. You're still going on about that baby?
So
Are
Batman,
you peeing yet?
no,
like-
what? Why do you want to know that?
Don't worry, I don't care about the size of your dick.
It feels like you
It's
care
not
a
about
lot.
that.
It's not, it's,
It's about something else.
yeah.
Don't worry about
feels
it.
like
Entirely.
it's definitely about that. So Wally's like, all right, well, I'm not going back, but I will be able to use my Speed Force to send you there. Like he just...
Oh,
he
I'll
runs into-
vibrate you.
I'll vibrate you and you're... whatever. So they do.
But will it wear off?
Yeah,
like
eventually.
yours did? Oh, okay.
But you'll have
Shouldn't
plenty
it
of
be
time.
fast?
But
No.
I'll vibrate you stronger so that it lasts longer.
That's
or
right.
something.
And since you'll be short a Justice
Here,
Leaguer...
everyone take one of these little rods, I'm gonna vibrate it as specific for you.
Hang on to it.
You just shove it right up your butts.
It'll vibrate your whole body.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
So Wally's like, you're down one leaguer. Adam's gonna pop in, and Adam's like, cool, another universe with crazy different physical laws. Don't forget
Sure.
about
Wait, who
Professor
are we down?
Flash can't go with them.
Yeah, because he can only send them.
He's like, I don't have powers and I'm in that universe. So Wally sends the Justice League to the Marvel Universe, and the Avengers immediately get a blip. Oh, new thing from another universe just popped up. Let's go there and kick their ass.
Just like that Lobo guy.
Yeah, which, don't worry about him, we're never gonna see him again. So the Avengers are like, we need to pull in some characters you care about, because no one cares about, like, Triathlon.
Who?
Triathlon, you know, the guy that runs, bikes, and swims?
Yes.
Was he invented for the Olympics
No.
one year or something?
What?
I don't know. He was an Olympiad,
I see.
and then he became a superhero.
And then he got some powers or something, and now he's a hero. Hopefully he got powers.
So they get Hawkeye.
He doesn't need powers. He's a hero already.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
And he's
Hawkeye doesn't have powers either, so
yeah.
that's fair.
So Hawkeye's here, and he's like, no, like this! Oh, wait, not yet.
No, I haven't done that yet.
About in a year or two.
It's coming, but not yet.
So they're like, okay, what are we doing? And it's great because like the alarm goes off. The like, uh-oh, we're having a crossover alarm goes off. And they're like, what are we gonna do? Like, this isn't a test. They're here. And so the League arrives in the Marvel Universe, and Green Lantern carries them all and kind of like obscures them from sight. Get a smattering of what it's like to be in the Marvel Universe. They check in on everything. And so they see like Dr. Doom is forcing his subjects to worship him while also having them be enslaved. And they're like, that's awful. Like Arthur.
Oh no, these poor people, they don't have heroes to stop despots like Dr.
More or
Doom.
less, like Aquaman's like, a king shouldn't rule like that. Batman's like, we can't do that. Just leave it alone.
Meanwhile, prime directive.
They go to Genosha, and Martian Manhunter's like, oh, I don't like this.
Oh.
They're different, and you killed them. We should do something. And Batman's like, you can't. And then Magneto's in the background, like, I'm not gonna be in this. And then the Hulk has destroyed a town in Michigan. Like he's, this is one of those weeks where the Hulk is savage and he goes on a rampage and starts like eating all the hot dogs in a hot dog cart. Just this gluttonous monster, according to like outsiders.
Right.
They don't know he was a founding member of the Avengers. And Superman's like, this dude is powerful. Maybe they should like do a Superman Hulk crossover. Batman's like, absolutely not. By the way, they will.
That sounds terrible.
Punisher's leaping into a den of drug dealers and he's blowing them away. And Plastic Man's like, nah. Drug dealers. Even when I was a criminal, I couldn't stand them. Anyway, we should go. Batman? We just cut back to the team, like, meeting up on Monster Island, and Plastic Man's like, hello, Mr. Hypocrite over here. Don't touch. Don't get involved. Who spends 25 minutes punching a guy with a skull t-shirt?
Those people could have been parents.
It's like, I don't like guns. Like, Batman makes no attempt to defend himself. He just folds his cape over his chest, like, I will not answer that. I will not address your criticisms. And I love it.
Was the guy in the tower in the green cloak killing people?
Yeah.
Was the island of already dead people killing more people?
Right.
Was the green guy killing people?
I mean, they were evacuated. I didn't see any dead bodies, so I think we're okay. So they go to Monster Island. All the monsters attack them. It's like, oh, look at all these great Kirby monsters that George Perez gets to draw attacking the Justice League. The Justice League gets to fight them.
Finally, I can kill things because they're not human.
No, Superman is not aching to kill anyone just because he has a morality against killing people.
No, he doesn't like to kill monsters either.
So we watch the Justice League just team up and fight monsters and defeat them. And then they find the item they're looking for. It's the ultimate nullifier. And they're like, what a weird little doohickey. Hey, Sean, scan it, figure out what it is. And Sean's like, oh my God! Why would you make this? And his mind probe...
It's like someone created as like a metaphor for nuclear weapons or something, to like bash yourself over the head with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like really destructive, it's like everything.
It kills everything! And because his probe with the ultimate nullifier is freaking him out and he's still connected to the League, they're all freaking out. Like, they're all like, John, you gotta disconnect, okay? We're freaking out. Knock it off.
You're too emotional about this.
So then Hawkeye hits the ultimate nullifier with a arrow, like a grabber arrow.
Accidentally presses the button. And boop.
Yeah. Whoops.
They thought of that because every item of the 12 has a special cosmic bubble around it, so you can't access any of the items.
Oh. What about Access? Could Access the items?
I don't think Access exists in this universe.
Okay.
Except he does, because it's in continuity,
Yeah.
and so is Access, damn it.
He's
I don't
there
know
somewhere.
Why I'm defending
He's
it.
hiding or whatever.
So
Why was the Ultimate Nullifier here?
Because that's where the Grandmaster and company
put it. Right, okay.
And so...
Like a scavenger hunt?
It's like a it's like a game.
It's a fetch quest.
Yeah.
So Hawkeye shoots the Ultimate Nullifier and like brings it back, but Wonder Woman's too fast and grabs it out of the air as Iron Man shoots them with a go back to your own universe ray. And so the idea was we're going to get the thing away from them and then just send them back where they came from, or so help me. And so, whash, they're gone, and Wonder Woman's like, yoink! And they're like, oh no, we sent them back with the Ultimate Nullifier! By the way, the Avengers think, here are a bunch of costumed crazy people who just stole the Ultimate Nullifier. That's all I know about these guys.
Yep. That's pretty dangerous.
That's a problem.
Except you did just send them back to their universe, so the only thing they can nullify is their own universe right now.
But they can come back.
They can come back.
And I don't want them to touch it.
Or maybe it still nullifies your universe because it's connected to your universe.
That's true.
It's like, no, it's not doing anything.
What
I guess it's broken.
Kaboom. So they go back to the DC universe, and Superman is like, what the fuck?
Those guys were assholes.
It's literally like, yeah, like Arthur's like, rude. I wonder if they have a water guy. Do you think they have a water guy? I bet they don't, Arthur. Because who needs one? So anyway, Superman does a little scan. He's like, oh, I see Metropolis and all the other crap we have. Okay, yeah, we're back on our planet.
The air smells right here.
Yeah, that's right.
It smells like justice.
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess Iron Man shot them with like an anti-vibration ray or something.
Yeah, or Iron Man...
Like I could tell they're vibrating with a different frequency.
The idea is because there are other interlopers from the DC universe, they know what their vibrational sequence is anyway. Like they can glom onto that, figure it out, and then go like, oh, you're probably from there too. Meh. And so it sends them back.
Did they send Lobo back?
Yeah, but not everybody's there because they're vibrating that way.
So no.
Or Iron Man's ray stops their vibrations.
That's
And so it sends them back.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what I think it does. It like reverses the vibration that's keeping them there
and just teleports them back.
Cause them to go back just like Wally went back when the vibrations stopped.
Wore off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like, Lobo is still there.
Yeah.
Lobo's not there because he's vibrating at that frequency.
No, he's there because like random shit is happening.
Because he was sent there.
But maybe that is why he's there.
Have a vibration.
Maybe whatever sent him there did it with the same way that Wally sent them.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, they don't know it, but like Lobo is a problem, and the sooner you get him out of there, the better.
Right.
So the Avengers notice they're being watched, and so they go into a nearby cave where the energy signature's coming from, and they get frozen. Like they're like, oh, those assholes sprung a trap for us, and now we're trapped in this cave. And then it turns out, no, they're just caught in an energy beam. And Metron of New Genesis comes in, and he's like, I'm not attacking you. I just don't want to have to explain everything to you or fight you, so I'm just freezing you.
Right, it's just easier this way. Yeah.
So hi. So there's 12 things, 6 from my place, 6 from your place. You gotta go get them. They're all dangerous. Trust me, even though from my universe there's one grouping called the Bell, the Wheel, and the Jar. I know that sounds innocuous, but trust me, it's a big doodad.
It's pretty important.
I'm just saying, like, it's one hell of a jar.
Yeah.
The others, not so much.
Yeah, but the Avengers identify each of their own approximate items, like the Cosmic Cube or the Wand of Watum.
Right.
And Adam stuck around as part of his deal, so he's still in the cave. Adam notices, like, that's the same deal that we got from the other guy. Why is our guy telling them that their universe is going to die when their guy told us that our universe is going to die?
Right.
Wait.
Yeah, like we're each being told that the other one's the problem.
Yes. So Adam jumps onto the chair, and he goes where Metron goes. And so they're like, how do we deal with this? Like Thor's like, okay, I'm going to punch somebody with my hammer. Let's go. What do we do? Who do I hit? And Metron's like, the vibrating thing is a bullshit waste of time. How about you just use this? It's a mother box.
Oh, okay.
The mother box will send you where you need to go.
Okay.
If you were wondering if there's going to be a moment where a fucking DC boom tube opens up and the Avengers pour out of it, yes, here it is. So they're like, let's go. So they end up in Metropolis. The Looper is here with a group of other supervillains. They're causing like a bank robbery or whatever, and then the Avengers are like, let's get them.
I love the idea that the Justice League are like, don't interfere. This isn't our thing.
Yeah.
The Avengers are like, hey, crime.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Well, which is also kind of each other's thing. Like
right.
It's a lesson that both Cap and Superman learn.
We're like, just rush in.
Yeah.
Just react.
The idea is that like
that's the Marvel way.
Cap is always worried that he's not doing enough, and Superman is always worried that he's doing too much.
Right.
I could literally be a god and control everything if I wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah.
and to not do that.
Right.
But then they'd resent me, and
Yeah, and
it'd be
Cap is
bad
like,
for
the
them.
deck is constantly stacked against us, and I'm always putting out fires. I'm never solving the problem. So they defeat the bad guys, and they're like, this place is nice, and the air's kind of cleaner here. What the hell's that all about? And then all these nice people from Metropolis are like, whoa, you guys are awesome! Hooray for these guys! Purple Arrow, you're the best! Like, can I get your autograph? And he's like, yeah, you can have my autograph. Let's go.
All right.
Cap's like, excuse me! We have to go! Or did you forget we have a fucking job to do? Get your shit in gear! We don't have time to sign autographs, you dipshits!
Okay. Yeah.
So then they go and they see, like, on the Jumbotron, like, Superman is given the Peace Prize, and Wonder Woman's helping children in a hospital, and, you know.
Hey, do we just fight those guys?
Yes.
Oh my god, this planet worships evil people.
Literally, like, Quicksilver grabs a newspaper and he's like, look at this. They have a museum dedicated to a speedster. A museum! They want to kill me, but they have a museum for the fast guys they have. That's freaking insane. And then they see, like, Booster Gold's endorsing, like, soda and stuff, and, like, their superheroes are, like, celebrities here. Like, they love them. And so Quicksilver's like, nice place, huh? I kind of like it. And Cap's like, well, I don't like it. I think that's kind of weird.
I find it frankly vulgar.
Yes. He's like, Justice League.
They're just open and accepting of everyone.
Well, no, they treat them as gods. These are just men. They're no better than you or I. Don't fall for their propaganda.
They're in Metropolis, which of course is like raised up by like Lex Luthor, who's a super genius, and like, you know, he goes, look at this city. People didn't make this place. They must be well-paid slaves by these Justice League.
Yeah.
They
clearly have these people under their thumb.
They're nothing more than little tin gods demanding that their people worship them. Well, don't you feel it? It's wrong here. And they're like, whoa, Cap. Like, dial it back a little bit. And then the Justice
You're making a
League
lot of assumptions there, Cap.
Am I?
Based on one newspaper.
And the Jumbotron, and the people.
Still, it's been about a minute.
You know, I fought Hydra for like 50 years. Never have I ever had like a group of people run out from their like businesses.
And there it is.
I'm just saying, it's a little suspicious.
Just sounds like you might be a little jealous.
Why would I be jealous of fascism?
I mean, it just sounds a little bit.
Well, it's not.
Okay.
Trust me. And they're like, whoa, Cap is freaking out. So the Justice League appears, and they're like, all right, your invasion is over. We're going to send you back where you came from.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye's like, who are these guys? They remind me of something. Like, wait, I know what you are. You're a bunch of Squadron Supreme wannabes. Because in the Marvel Universe, there is a Justice League. They're called the Squadron Supreme. And they're Mark Gruenwald's like idea, criticism, and concept of like the DC universe if it was by way of Marvel. And so it's like, yeah, there's a Superman, there's a Batman, there's a Wonder Woman. Like there's the Justice League have an analog in the Marvel universe, and Hawkeye's like, oh, they're the Squadron Supreme wannabes. Like they're total ripoffs of the Squadron Supreme. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
excellent pull,
That's good.
Hawkeye.
That's
Thank you so
good.
much.
Yeah.
I studied.
So Superman is like, all right, everyone stand down. You're all going to be put into custody, and we'll figure this out.
You're under arrest.
You're all under arrest. And Plastic Man's like, hey, Kyle, what's up with Supes? Like, he's freaking out. I mean, like, Cap's like, Superman, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of Superman before.
I know you.
I fought a couple of Ubermenches.
Exactly.
This place is very problematic. Now give me back my universe-destroying weapon.
It's not mine. I have to give it to our space god that eats planets.
I also have to collect it so that, like, you don't get your dirty hands on it.
So Cap's like, fan out, everybody. We got to take down these little fascists. And Wanda's like, why don't we take a second? And Thor's like, a fight? Boom, boom. Let's do it! And just lays out Superman with Mjolnir. Just whammo. In the journal, George Perez is like, I just drew Thor hit Superman with Mjolnir. What an awesome day. And I'm like, yeah, it was pretty awesome to see that.
I mean, it's a magic hammer.
Yeah. So Superman just took a lump. Goes right into a building. Meanwhile,
Superman's like, oh, that is it.
okay.
All right.
Pissed.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna have to kill you now.
Real Superman's just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I see. Oh,
do this.
gloves coming off, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Better get my arms ready.
So we go to the Grandmaster's like dimensional plane, his little like gaming room
Yeah.
lair, and Metron's there. And he's like, they don't even know they're playing a game. Let us hope for the sake of two universes that Crona does not discover that I am simultaneously playing an even deeper game. And then you see that Adam's there, and he's like, what?
Oh, this is fucking crazy.
This is insane!
So Superman and Cap are at odds because they're both red and blue, right?
I mean, for that logic, Spider-Man would also be there, being like, ah! No, it's because
he's not.
It's because they are both the greatest and strongest tethers of their universe. Like, for as long as Cap is outside of the Marvel universe and in the DC universe, he will become more agitated. And Superman, vice versa. Although it's not because of that. It's not like the longer that Cap is in DC, the more crazy he will become.
Right. No,
and
for all time into the future, he will always be this way.
It's because of like. It's actually because of the proximity of Marvel and DC. That like while they are technically Earths in the grand multiverse, they're not supposed to be this close together.
All right. It's breaking stuff.
And it's breaking stuff and freaking them out.
Okay.
And it's Crona's doing that's really making them that more agitated, but it's because they are like so strongly connected to their own realities that they are the ones who feel the problem.
Right.
They feel the disruption more intensely than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that also can be like a meta commentary about how these things are so rare. And actually, if we did them a lot, it would be a problem, or at least it would be an indication that there is bad things going on. You know, like an economic collapse or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not so. This is deeply unnatural. What's happening here?
Yes, yes. It's like, and we do this all the
Don't
time.
celebrate
Like,
it too
we
much.
bounce around universe all the time, but for some reason, when we come in contact with this universe, there's a real problem, and it's true.
It's like it's a legal problem.
It could be any number of things. I like the idea that it's like it's a problem for us financially and legally, but also I think it's like it's indicative of a larger issue at work here.
Right.
Like, we all needed money.
Mm-hmm. And like maybe you can't like go back to that well too many times,
Or it will like hurt you and your universe.
Don't rely on this.
Right. Yeah.
They have to remain distinct.
Yeah.
For the most part, they shouldn't be mixing too much.
No.
It'll get
Because if you do, you get access, and he sucks. The last time our universes met, there was a good chance that Marvel was going to close forever, and that comic book stores were never going to open again.
But that crossover doesn't translate here.
No, it doesn't. It's just like, but meta-textually, Kurt Busiek's saying like crossovers are a problem. Also, here's the best one ever. So how did like Crona and Grandmaster figure this out? Let's go back. So Grandmaster's talking to Crona from like, a month ago or whatever. And he's like, I don't even know who you are or what your story is. And he's like, all right, let me tell you all about me and what I'm all about. I'm a blue guy. I come from these other old blue guys.
But those blue guys suck.
But they suck, and I'm way smarter than them.
I'm the good one.
I'm the good one. Like,
No,
I'm the only one who ever
otherwise.
asked questions. I'm the guy who proved that there's a big hand. But what's that all about? And they fucking imprisoned me, and they blew me up, and I turned into energy, and there's other stories I've been in, but never mind those. And so I've been going around the universe, and I found this place, and now I need to know, and you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. And Grandmaster's like, whoa.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And
That's cool, man, but like maybe you want to take it down a couple.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that doesn't make any sense at all.
Right. He's like, I'm sorry. So you're gonna you would kill universes to find out how they happen? Like, really?
What is that?
That's your
how does
whole
that
deal.
work?
That's really dumb.
Is he like sorting through the debris, like an archaeological expedition to try to piece together?
We never really see it. It's more like they
Is it his own hand he sees?
Right? It's not. Thank God.
The giant blue hand.
Yeah, but we thought it was Dr. Manhattan's hand for a few seconds. But no, it's Perpetua. That's canon. Grandmaster's like, well, I don't want to see my universe get blown up. So, and by the way, I do happen to know a guy who is older than the Big Bang. And Crona's like, I'm sorry, what? Well, then you're gonna fucking introduce me right now, and I'm gonna fucking get it. And he's like, whoa, okay.
Now with that attitude.
Now that we know what you want, I can tell you what I want. Why don't we play a game to decide how things go? Now you can imagine Crona being like, no, but he like chills out for a second, and so
I do want to meet that guy.
I love games. No, he hates them, but he will play them because this is the first time anyone's given any indication that there's more than what Crona has found. Crona's destroyed countless
first
civilizations.
lead he's
the first lead he's gotten in however long.
All the other Guardians were like, whoa, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you leave, man?
Right,
you suck.
Yeah, you're going
banished.
to jail.
Yeah, this guy's. Oh, you want to talk?
Guys,
we could talk.
I mean,
that's
I got
just
a guy
conditions.
older than the beginning of the universe.
What? There's a guy? Oh yeah. You can talk to him
I'm not weirdly protective of knowledge like the weirdos that you talk to.
Exactly.
Well, I do have some conditions.
Yeah, exactly. Because I am insane.
Because you are also like threatening me.
Yeah,
and
right.
a place that I like call home.
So I don't think you blame
Like, I have an obsession, and it does kind of like dictate what I do, but also, I can see how you could see that.
I would want to phrase this as a game anyway, but that also just happens to seem like the appropriate thing to do in this situation.
Oh, do I get to pick all of my favorite characters again?
So here's the thing about that. Technically, yes, but also no. Meanwhile, in Metropolis, the JLA and the Avengers are fighting each other, and it's awesome looking. And that's going to be my line
Why did it suddenly rain?
throughout the whole book. Thor brought the lightning. There's a great moment where, like, Hawkeye is like, oh, this guy, he's like the Wizard, who's like a stupid speedster villain that the Marvel Universe has to deal with once in a while. Mostly he's a Spider-Man villain, but it's okay. And so he's like, I got something for him. I got a boomerang arrow. And Flash is like, oh, a boomerang, you say?
Oh no!
So he fires an arrow at him, and he's like, oh, you missed. And he's like, I always fall for the boomerang arrow. And then Wally's like, nip, yeah, I have a boomerang guy too. So he takes out Hawkeye.
He's like, really? Does he electrocute his boomerangs?
Oh my God.
That would have been awesome. So Batman swings in. Captain America loses his shield. And so Batman swoops in and lands on it. And we get this moment.
This is mine now.
Yeah, mine. And so then we get this moment, and like the freaking commentary is hilarious. Just like, as the battle rages, they face each other, cautious, determined, experienced. Their eyes lock. They each draw breath. Their blows land with almost no force at first. A tap, a brush. They test, assess. Just they don't actually fight.
Yeah.
It's
like, I'm seeing what you're about.
Yep. And then Batman goes, okay. It's conceivable that you could beat me, but it would take you a very long time. Do you want to waste that time? And Cap's like, no.
Cap's like, I got all day, man.
They hadn't coined that phrase yet, but they would have put it in.
I could do this all day.
Exactly. Instead, Cap is like momentarily not crazed and the avatar of the Marvel Universe because I want this.
That's because he's not facing off against Superman.
Right.
Which is irksome.
It was Superman. Something about that guy.
It's like, look, I understand Cap having a problem with the Ubermensch.
Yeah. And Batman's like, listen, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, you know how many, you know what my powers are? Nothing. Let's do this.
And just look at him, lording over us. I get it, it is a little fascist,
John's like,
isn't
we're
it?
connected, man.
John, not the time.
I'm doing a thing
Play
right
the
now.
channel.
Come on, building rapport. What's wrong with you? Get out of here.
Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah, he sucks. You're just as bad.
Yeah, might be worse.
So Batman's like, do you want to do this? And Cap's like, no, we're pawns. Let's figure this out. And Batman's like, why don't we let everybody else slap each other around?
And get out of their system.
And you and me go to my place and hang out. And Cap's like, that sounds rad.
I'm gonna introduce you a guy named Alfred. He makes a killer sandwich.
It's weird. Alfred's not in this. It's ridiculous.
Well, he's not a hero. This is about heroes punching each other.
Jarvis is in this.
What the fuck? Okay, that sucks.
And Jarvis is in this, but Jarvis and Alfred don't meet?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Come on. Lame.
So, anyway, the storm is raging, and the heroes are kind of like trying to get their bearings, and like Wanda and Pietro are just kind of like off in the corner. And Wanda's trying to access her powers, but she can't access the chaos magic until she does from the Lords of Chaos in the DC Universe, which are a damn sight more powerful and unpredictable than the nebulous and Bendis occasionally non-existent chaos magic.
So, the chaos magic and the Lords of Chaos work because the word chaos is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there technically is chaos and magic in the DC Universe, but it's,
Yeah.
but it's
all magic.
but it's not the same thing as the chaos magic that Wanda wields.
Yeah.
Which is also a derivation of basically her probability powers. So she taps into it and she's just like overwhelmed with untold power. Because like the Lords of Chaos are also like connected to God and stuff. Like
Who are the Lords of Chaos?
they're over beings. They're not like dark side, but they're not the endless, but they're adjacent.
Oh, okay. Which like stories are they for? Like who's
Like books of magic and fucking Dr. Fate and
okay.
stuff.
Okay, got it.
So Wanda connects with the chaos magic of the DC Universe, which is a damn sight more powerful than the chaos magic that is either existent or non-existent in the Marvel Universe at this point. And she's like, just, oh no. Wanda is a time bomb, even in 2003. So the storm stops and the heroes take a minute and they're like, whoa. And it's like, oh, Wanda turned it off. It's like, that's enough.
Oh.
She didn't even mean to do it.
Right.
And Plastic Man's like, whoa. Like, one of yours just did that? Uh-oh.
Thor can be happy.
Because we got Green Superman over here, and all he can do is gonna shoot shit out of his eyes. So Wanda's like, wait, I have this power. I can see everything, and I know where all the items are. Let's go.
So nobody wins the fight
No.
because they just end it.
Yeah, no, of course. So the Justice League is like, well, that was a failure. I
Yeah.
don't even know what the hell we were trying to do there, Superman. And so so Martian Manhunter's like, all right, I'm gonna call all the other like Justice League reservists who also should be in this book.
Now they're going to be in the book too.
And now they're in the book, like Green Arrow and Steel and Hawkman and Blue Beetle and Zatanna and stuff like that. And since Batman's not here because he wandered off, Aquaman's gonna call the shots. He's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Plastic Man pretends to be him, make fun of him, and he's like, all right, get us back to that universe, Wally, because they're back in the DC universe again.
Aquaman is like vice president of the
JLA.
Justice League. Like, why?
He is a king.
He's a king. He's a ruler.
I'm good at making decisions.
Of the
I have to run a
ocean.
whole country.
Yeah, well, that's like most.
And
of the
he's in
planet.
charge of all the people who are not from the ocean?
Well, I mean, only in this one instance. Normally it's Batman.
I mean, I'm half human.
That's true.
Half.
So Wally encircles them and sends them back to the Marvel Universe, and the other Avengers who've been tapped, who aren't the main players in this book, get the device in Avengers Mansion that says the Justice League has arrived again. And so the JLA arrive in the place off I-95 where Metropolis should be, but is not.
Oh.
And Superman surveys the area really quick, and he's like, there's fewer cities here. Maybe they're just backwards. And
They have half as many cities.
Wonder Woman's like, that's a terribly uncharitable way to describe this place.
Look, you're kind of an asshole.
You're kind of freaking out already.
Why are you doing
What's
this?
your problem?
Maybe they're simpletons.
Yeah. So the team split off and go off around the Marvel Universe. Before they leave, Kyle's like, Wally, one of the items is my power battery. It's at my apartment. I need you to go there and make sure that they don't take it. All right? Wally's like, that's the first place I'll go after I drop you guys off. So then Wally runs over to Kyle's apartment and he is blasted by Iron Man.
How?
Iron Man and Hawkeye were already there because the Mother Box told them where to be.
Wait, I thought Wanda told them where everything was.
Wanda knows where all the items are, and she took her group and split off everybody else. Because they're all going for the different items.
Oh, okay. So they're like
They split off.
Yeah, they're going to fetch things individually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or in pairs.
Well, Hawkeye and Iron Man are a pair.
And Iron Man felt Wally coming because of the Mother Box. That's why he was able to stop.
That's
I'm
true.
like, there's no way
no.
that Iron Man would be fast enough to hit Wally with a blast.
No, but Mother Box
helped
And by
him,
the way,
so.
Iron Man integrates Mother Box immediately into his tech. He's like,
Sure.
okay, yeah, this is mine now. And it's like, oh, Iron Man.
I'm never giving this up.
Never.
This is mine forever.
This is mine forever.
Thank you, Metron.
I didn't get it. Who are you? I invented this.
You're gonna
You
need to
made
give
this?
that
I
back
made
to me.
this.
Fucking love that.
There's no way that Iron Man didn't use the Mother Box for other things. So
Yeah.
Maybe that's how he gets his nanotech.
yeah, it's like, no, I derived it. It's actually reverse engineered new Genesis technology.
The what now?
So Wanda takes Iron Man and Hawkeye away because they're like, all right, I don't know what this whole green thing is all about. And Wanda's like, well, you don't have time to worry about it because I'm gonna punch the shit out of you. And then they disappear. And he's like, oh shit.
Oh no.
I found one of the things that's the lamp, right?
Exactly. Not a lamp. It's a battery. I don't see a port anywhere on this thing.
Battery. It clearly looks like a lantern.
It is a lantern. So
Which is a lamp, my friend.
So Iron Man and Hawkeye end up in the Himalayas, and the item's gone. I'm like, what the hell? I was just holding it, now it's gone. It's in space with Endogast.
Right. Like you achieved it.
Yes.
It's been done. I've
Oh,
put
once
it
you get
now
your
in the.
hands on it?
Yep. Once one team gets it and has it for a long enough period of time, you get it.
So I have to hold it and hold on to it for I don't know, 20, 30 seconds?
Yes.
Yes.
And then it's ours.
Yes.
I called
yes.
it.
Yes. 1-1.
Yeah.
That's the
Or
score.
once the game master decides that you have permanently acquired it. In
Yes.
this case, you teleported it away from the only leaguer that was close enough to
And
have
so
gotten it.
we can assume that you have it.
That you have it. Yes.
So then we see this is where the book is going. We're going
Yeah,
on fetch
we're
quests.
getting
Watch
each
all these
thing.
characters go.
Yep.
Hal,
Smart. That's a really smart idea.
Oh my god, it's so great because you can split things up and you can also do mix and match characters. Like you got Superman and Green Lantern. They are in Santo Rico, which is a fake place in the Marvel universe, and they are looking for their item when they get attacked by Warbird or Binary or Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel or whatever, and Wonder Man. And you're like, cool. Meanwhile, Quicksilver and Wanda are at the Flash Museum checking things out when they get attacked by Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Hawkman.
I'm sorry, they have a whole museum, again, dedicated to their heroes?
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting a little ripped off with all this.
Yeah, but isn't it grotesque?
Well, no, I'm just saying,
They're worshiping.
It's a museum of speedsters. It's just you. If you want a museum to yourself, you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah, but it's really mostly like for like the Flash.
Oh yeah. Well, it's Flash is. So Wonder Woman and Arthur go to Asgard, where they are met by Hercules and She-Hulk.
Okay.
And Hercules is like, everyone in Asgard could kick your ass, but it's going to be Hercules who hands it to you today. Ha ha! And She-Hulk's like, and I am also here.
I'm here for some reason too.
And Wonder Woman's like, Hercules, you despoiled Apollo. And he's like, well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I did have the pleasure. Like, well, I'm Marvel Hercules. I'm not an aggressor.
Right.
I wouldn't say I despoiled her. It's more like it was mutual. It was cool. She came on to me. And Wonder Woman's like, my new mission is to beat the living shit out of Hercules.
It's like, oh, thank you. That's exactly the response I was looking for.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Holiday, you know her?
What? She's my mom. Oh, well. What do you do with my eyes? So She-Hulk hands Aquaman his ass. Like, she's wailing on him. She's like, I'm sorry. You can't beat me.
It's not really fair.
It's not fair.
I'm gamma enhanced. I know you don't know what that means.
I'm sorry. And Aquaman's like, no, wait. And he gets some water because he can feel that the thing he's looking for is in the water. Oh. No, it's not that like, I need water and now it's my spinach and I can beat She-Hulk. No, it's...
I thought that's where this is going.
No, it's the thing that I need is in the water and you can't hold your breath this long, so I got it. I win anyway.
Yeah, even though you definitely were going to beat the crap out of me.
Oh my god, you were already beating the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like, the Asgardians, like, start swarming Wonder Woman and Hercules. She's like, got him. She's like, stand back! I'm gonna rip his head off! Like, yeah, let's do this. Because, like, I want to see Hercules fight Wonder Woman. That's
yeah.
But also, they're getting items real quick. Look at that.
Blink.
3-2.
Oh, jeez.
Blink, blink, blink.
Meanwhile, in the Batcave, it's 2003. Captain America sees the Jason Todd Memorial and he's like, oh,
I had a Jason Todd. His name was Bucky.
Yes, I had a Bucky. He doesn't say it like that. He's not like, oh, sweet. He's like, you lost a partner?
A domino mask. I'm also partial to the domino mask.
Yeah, he's like, you lost a partner? And Batman has a little ellipses and he goes, I did. Now if you'll stop sightseeing, we have work to do, please. And so they're talking to Oracle. Oracle's giving him the lowdown.
And then he just freaking like Goodwill Hunting's him. He's like, it's not your fault, man.
It's not your fault, Batman.
Hey, whoa. I know it's not my fault. I know.
No. It's not your fault.
No,
Batman.
not you, Captain America. Don't do this to me.
It's not your fault.
That'd be kind of nice.
That would be fun, yeah. But we don't have time to talk
We don't have time for that.
Except Batman would be like, of course it's my fault.
Of course it's my fault.
Everything's my fault.
I was his father. Also, not to give anybody any hard time, but like that is definitely not the Jason Todd Memorial. It's a little more ornate. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Why is there a bizarre, sexy Tron lady on Batman's computer?
That's what Oracle's avatar is when she talks to anyone. Because no one should know that she's Barbara Gordon. So she has like an avatar.
She has like a robot face.
That's what Oracle looks like.
No.
Well,
I don't like it.
Well, that's what she looks like. Well,
look,
you're used to seeing like the shot of her.
I'm just not a fan.
Talking into a microphone,
yes.
but what they see is
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're chatting it up, and they're like, all right, Batman's like, Metron is a piece of shit. You don't want to trust that guy. But I did figure out, like, okay, so Metron, he's dealing with this other guy, you call the Grandmaster. We need to figure out, like, where he's been and what he's been doing. Like, what's his connection to all of this? Mm-hmm. And so...
That way we can figure out the chase and how we can cut to it.
That's exactly right. And so Metron is checking out Galactus. Galactus is waist deep in eating a planet right now. And Metron's like...
It looks like he's waist deep in shitting in a planet.
I guess.
Is he eating through his butt?
He's just reveling in the destruction.
Yeah, we did Galactus Goes to Hell. It's a whole thing. He does this. It's just a cool image of Galactus. So Metron's just like, this is the dude that Endergast is talking about. He's scary as hell. Crona's gonna kill this guy. He's not gonna ask him 20 questions.
No.
He is gonna rip this guy apart. Now, he shouldn't.
I feel like he won't be able to.
But anyway.
Somehow he can, though.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Batman's like, all right, we're gonna let everyone else still slap each other around looking for, I don't know, MacGuffins while we figure that out. And Cap's like, okay, I've got a device that we need to be able to travel and track Metron's signature. And he hits a little homing beacon on his belt. And so the Thing appears on a time bike. And he's like, hey, what's going on? And Batman's like, I would love it if you wouldn't broadcast the location of the Batcave to other dimensional beings, please. And he's like, it's cool, it's the Thing. You can trust him, he's awesome. And the Thing's like, what's going on, guys? Hey!
Hey, you need that with the Thing?
I'm on the book. Here's the Thing.
Hey, I'm riding here.
Kinda just need the bite.
Oh. You sure you don't want to cross over with the Thing? Be kind of fun. Batman Fantastic Four. Oh. All right. Well, bye. So the Thing gives him a time blank, and he's like, hey, and Stretcho's got something to say. And Fantastic Four appears. Like, Mr. Fantastic's like, and I'm in the book for a second.
I'm not on the Avengers, but I am friends with them, kind of.
I was an Avenger one time, so I get to be in 2 panels. And so here's what I have to say about that. I got Metron's signature when he was on Monster Island, and I'm transferring that information to you via the time bike, I guess, or whatever. I don't know.
Don't worry about that.
I mean, look, they're communicating with each other through dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Reed could do it.
Super science.
The reality is,
Reed can talk. Sue's in the background just so that we know she's there, but she doesn't have to say anything.
she's helping, you know?
Yeah.
But also, if it was the Fantastic Four Justice League, Reed would solve the problem.
Right. He's like,
Immediately.
you know, I could just help you if you want, like more
this
actively.
is more of like an Avengers situation. Okay.
Okay. Have at it.
Knock yourselves out.
Everybody, pack it up. Captain America's kind of call the shots on this one.
Let's wrap up all this super science. Cap's got it under control with his shield.
They hop on the bike. There's a cute little moment where Batman's like, "So that was one of your like partners back on your planet?" He's like, "Yeah." And Batman says he seems to have a kind of rough-edged charm. And Captain America's like, "Is that a dig? I'll have you know that the Thing might not be one of your polished, jackbooted Justice Leaguers, but he's one of the finest men I've ever known." I'm like, okay. I love the Thing. There's always time for Thing glazing in this book.
Batman's like, I was trying to make a joke about him being Rocky.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we're...
Humorless douche.
I think it's that Batman and Captain America are in a scene together, and Cap is the buzzkill.
Yeah.
I think Kurt Busiek's like, oh, right. Cap's got to be a dick. I forgot. Like, because you wanted to see Batman and Captain America team up and work together and be better than the rest of their teams. But also, Cap is the avatar of his universe and has to be a jackass.
He's supposed to be an asshole.
So he's just
a little bit at least.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And so they leave.
Maybe your friend would like to meet one of my friends. His name's Killer Croc.
Killer Croc's in this book.
Yeah, people judge me for how I look. People judge me for how I look too. Buddy.
I feel like it's not the same with you, though.
Meanwhile, in the Himalayas, Hawkeye, most of the Avengers are hanging out with Wanda, and she's like using her powers to like try and find the rest of the items.
Right.
And
teleport people
she
and
ain't
stuff.
looking too good.
Yeah.
She's getting very pale.
Yeah, she's just like, because the magic is like taking, because like, it isn't friendly.
Right.
The Lords of Chaos.
It's like consuming me.
Yes!
Yeah.
And Zatanna's also like, hey, there's a magic person who's fucking around. I'll just use some more spells and screw her over. And it's like, oh my god. Like, that's kind of cool for Wanda. Like, Wanda keeps it together. Which is something I can't say of Wanda in the Marvel universe.
Often.
Yeah.
So, Steel helps build a device for Wally so he can go to the Marvel universe.
Okay.
All right, it's this rod that I have vibrate.
Oh.
Do I hold on to
man.
it? I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
In a manner of speaking. Hey, Wally, you're not doing too good in this universe. Why don't we try to put you over in the other universe?
Yeah.
Maybe you could help out the team over there.
Yeah,
a
maybe you
little
could do something for a change instead of being the car. So we see like a couple of opportunities for characters to interact. You know, you got yeah, it's just I feel like I'm Martian Manhunter analyzing one of the devices. I'm just like, great Hronomir, I'm freaking out. So in Happy Harbor, Rhode Island, a former location of the Justice League's base, Red Tornado is attacking Thor. Ho ho! They both make
Happy
wind.
Harbor. Why does that sound so familiar?
I don't know. Wakanda's been selected as a location for an item, and Black Panther watches as like Plastic Man and Martian Manhunter are fighting Yellow Jacket and Wasp, and Black Panther's like, and I got the item. Whatever the hell it is and whatever the hell you're doing, get out of here.
I assume it has to be Someone who the Grandmaster would recognize as a hero.
It has to be a champion.
A champion.
That he selected, or like of the things he selected. I think it has
that
to
any neutral observer would agree is a heroic character.
I think you have to be a leader or an Avenger.
Okay.
Technically,
he was.
It's
at
not
some
like,
point.
like Sleepwalker's like, I got one too, and they're like, get the fuck out of here.
You can go hang out with Night Thrasher.
So Black Panther picks up this thing. He's like, nobody's gonna get it, and then it just disappears.
Yeah, and they're like, thank you, T'Challa, thank you.
You didn't know, but you were helping. So good work.
So meanwhile, Cap and Batman are on the time bike, and they're in the wreckage of a previous universe, and they're like, oh, these are the stakes of the situation we're playing. Universes are being destroyed. Oh my God. Also, Metron was here. Now we have a trail to follow for where Metron has been. We'll find out where he is.
But also, what was said was real. Like, none of them have talked to Adam yet.
No.
Right.
They can't find him.
So they don't realize that they're being played, but at the same time, they have proof that, like, universes got destroyed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Billions will die.
They've learned the stakes of the game.
Universes will be destroyed. It is as they promised.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not dicking around with us.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, but
Yeah,
still.
like we could have assumed that someone was manipulating us, and they are, but they were also telling the truth, and that's a real problem.
Exactly.
I'm amazed that they don't try and throw each other off the bike.
No.
Like when that happens,
I was pretending to be on your side.
No, because they're still gathering information. They're still reconnaissance.
Okay, this is bad. The universe could die, but
or both universes. I don't know.
Thinking that we'll still, work together for now.
Captain Atom is defeated by Hawkeye because Hawkeye has a like radiation-proof arrow or something. Whatever. Justice for Captain Atom. Like both Captain Atom fans, like that is complete highway robbery, and I couldn't care less. So they're in the DC universe. Quicksilver grabs the evil eye, and he's like, I've got it, but why isn't it vanishing? And then Wally shows up, and he's like, hey, asshole, I can run here. I'm taking this. Like, maybe you haven't gotten it and gone far enough based on the rules of the game. Either way, I botched up, and I lost the battery. I feel like a heel. I'm not losing this one. Yoink, thanks, bye.
Nice.
Cap and Batman go to another universe. It's also destroyed. There's a big fight on the blue area of the moon. It's fun to see. Photon, formerly Captain Marvel, fights Green Lantern. She can absorb energy and then redirect that kind of energy. So he uses the Green Lantern energy against her, and she tries to match it, but she doesn't know what it is because she's not from the same universe. Later on, she will tap into it and then be like, whoa, that's awesome.
What the hell is this? It's concentrated willpower?
Right? What? Eventually, Cap and Batman find themselves in the Grandmaster's sanctum, and they're like, oh my God. What a dork. No, they're like, but also tons of Easter eggs. Also, it indicates there are some pairings and crossovers that could or should be happening, like Dr. Fate, Doctor Strange, Starfire and Hawkgirl, Dead Man and Death.
That's fucking
awesome. The Endless. Solomon Grundy versus the Hulk. You also see Spider-Man under here with the Joker, indicating, I guess, that great Batman Spider-Man crossover from a while ago.
Is one of those Uncle Sam?
Yeah, Uncle Sam and Nick Fury. Uncle Sam is a DC character. And Batman goes, I have fought people with this sort of compulsion before, but not on this scope. And Cap's like, yeah, I know what you mean. I know a bunch of weirdos myself. And then Adam's like, hey! Oh my God! Do you guys have a ride out of here? I did not think this is gonna work out.
I love this.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
The Grandmaster's lair is dope.
First off, like, crazy chessboard background, slot machine almost like thing over there.
Yep.
The Rock'em Sock'em robots, which they're going to turn into anyway.
Well, they're not the robots of the DC versus Marvel crossover, but it's like Celestials and stuff, yeah.
But they will become Rock'em Sock'em robots, essentially.
Yes.
And a billiard table with planets?
Yeah, that's awesome. I never noticed the billiard table. That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he likes games.
Yeah.
Batman's like, yikes.
Oh my God, he's crazy.
No, he's,
Look at this
basically
place.
Riddler.
But with way more power.
All right,
no.
hang on. I just need to like focus my brain a little bit. I could stop this guy.
Yeah, okay, hang on.
All right,
I got
this.
But yeah.
I could match wits with him, or I could play to his vanity. Cat's like, we don't have time! Grandmaster tapes everything. Look, and he hits a button, and it broadcasts what's happening right now. This is now.
I'm sorry, is Adam always small? Can't he be a normal size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more fun to draw him little. Like, why should I get big and push the button with my finger when I could jump on it with my foot?
Why not walk instead of having Batman carry me? The whole point of him being small was so that he hid in that place.
Yeah.
That's how he was undetected. He doesn't have to be small now.
No. They see what's going on now, and Arthur teams up with Superman, and he's just like, I gotta tell you, the heroes of the Marvel Universe seem to be like less powerful than us, which means they probably have like a lot more work to do. Like they probably have they have a steeper hill to climb.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, and Superman's like, maybe they need to fight harder, but it's clear they're not fighting hard enough. And Adam's like,
because their universe sucks.
Right, and Adam turns to Captain America and he's like, I'm sure what Superman meant was, and he's like, I know what he meant. No, I got it.
Yep.
Anyway, that's not what I was trying to get to. I just wanted to go back, and so we go back to the conversation from a month ago with Grandmaster and Crona, the one that we went back to earlier again.
Yeah.
Now let's go back again. And so the two of them are talking, and Crona's like, well, okay, I'll play your stupid game for bullshit. But since you feel so strongly about your champions, then they'll be my champions. So the Justice League will fight for you, and the Avengers will fight for me. So if the Avengers get all the items, your universe will die. And if the Justice League get all the items, then I will go to another universe looking for my answers and leave your universe alone.
I'm sorry. The stakes here are my universe dies, or you leave my universe alone and go somewhere else?
That's right.
No.
Well,
No.
we already shook a hand on this deal, so the only condition I switched was my champions are your champions now. So the Avengers are fighting to destroy their own universe.
Yeah, because like, okay, I guess I could just destroy your universe without any game or
yeah, I could just kill the whole damn thing.
Yeah. But I'm giving you a chance.
Yes.
That's way better. Take it or leave it. I don't care.
That's right. And Grandma's like, fuck, fine, okay. And Cap's like, oh shit! We have to stop the Avengers!
That's pretty bad.
This is a problem!
Yep. Oh no.
Meanwhile, one of the items is on Apocalypse. It's the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh no.
All the heroes have already arrived, and Darkseid has it already. And they're like, half of them are like, I don't know who that is, but that looks like a problem.
I'm saying he looks like a guy that already had this thing, and it was not good when he did.
It's literally, Hawkeye's like, he looks worse than Thanos, if that's possible. And Darkseid's like, Desaad, what is this? And why do they want it so bad? And Desaad's like, yeah, Master, I've been using this computer for like 5 seconds, and I have no idea, but like, from what I've been able to glean, those items on that glove could control every elemental force of a universe, but not this universe. Only work in
That
other
was actually
universes.
useless.
Oh, that's great.
And Darkseid's like, well, then I don't give a shit. And he throws it, and he's like, go get it. And then he Omega beams at it to destroy it.
Oh.
And Flash is like, oh no! And so he grabs it. So everyone gets teleported to the Savage Land because now all the items have been collected.
Oh.
But one. The Cosmic Cube. So all the heroes are just on one side or another, and they're all just like looking, and the Cosmic Cube is just above them.
Why were they all teleported there?
Because that's the nature of the game. Once every item but one has been collected.
Now we're in Final Jeopardy or whatever.
Yeah. It's sudden death.
It's sudden death. There we go.
So the heroes are just like, huh. Wanda is now no longer in the DC universe, so she's feeling better.
Did everybody get like one of them?
It's 6-5, it says.
Yes, it's still stacked. The heroes stand against each other. It's funny, like Thor and Superman Thor and Superman face each other, and they're just like, okay, well. And Wanda's like, what are you doing? Get it! I'm like, of course Wanda would be the one. And so, Hawkeye fires an arrow, Green Arrow fires an arrow, takes out his arrow. Thor and Superman just start beating the shit out of each other. Okay, now we're doing something. Superman versus Thor in the Savage Land. Sweet.
Yay.
Superman heat visions Thor. Thor tries to bring down the hammer on Superman. Superman's might stops Mjolnir from coming down on him.
Even though it hurts.
Yep. And then he throws Mjolnir and Thor away.
Wow.
I really like that
awesome.
Batman, Captain America, and Adam are not here yet.
Yeah, no.
Everybody else collected here.
Yep.
But because they had a time bike or they're in Game Master's lair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were
Grandmaster's
off
lair,
doing a different mission or something.
They was like, no, we're not part of that.
They were off the board. So Superman takes down Thor. Thor's just laid out. And the Avengers are all like, how dare you knock out Thor? Thor is the best. They literally go, you can't do that. Not to Thor. And then the Marvel Universe dogpiles Superman. Like in a depressing display of unfair play. These heroes just beat the living shit out of Superman. And then, Aquaman grabs one of the monsters from the Savage Land that is aquatic based and like just breaks things up.
Yeah.
Kyle is now above and near the Cosmic Cube, and he's losing power because he hasn't been able to charge it in a while. And so he's like, shit. And so he recites the Lantern Oath and uses his ring to try and tap into the power of the Cosmic Cube. And ends up drawing power from it and becomes Silver until Warbird or Binary or Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel grabs it. Then Flash grabs it from her, and Quicksilver chases after him.
Does that oath work on anything?
It's more like
if he goes to like a Tesla charging station, in brightest day and blackest night.
Yeah, you could draw like the power of
they need
that
some
battery.
juice, so give it to me now.
Maybe,
yeah.
I mean, theoretically, it's more like his.
But it wouldn't do much
willpower
for him because that's just a regular human electrical thing. It's like hardly anything.
Exactly. So Quicksilver grabs the Cosmic Cube from Flash, and then Endwagast and Crona arrive, and they're like, I guess it's over. The score is even.
Oh.
And Grandmaster's
what does that mean?
Everybody's had the Cosmic Cube a little bit.
Yeah, no, but...
Yeah, but Quicksilver held it for like a few seconds.
Well, Quicksilver's like, I've got it right here! And then Cap hits it with his shield, bounces it into Batman, and Batman's like, I have it.
Oh.
And Hawkeye's like, not for long, pointy ears. And then and Captain America's like, that's enough! Avengers, stand down! Stop what you're doing! Holy shit! And Batman's like, and now that I have the Cosmic Cube, as it was explained to me, I can use it to banish. And then Grandmaster's like, oh, no, you don't. You're not allowed to use these things.
That's why they're in bubbles.
Yeah, but the Cosmic Cube, it's like, if you push hard enough, like, you can access, because Kyle did, too. But, like, yeah, you could use it to banish, like, Crona.
Crona, yeah. Back to his...
Like a being.
Or to something, somewhere.
Right. But Batman gets it. It goes to them. The League wins. Grandmaster's technical champions have won.
The Cosmic Cube is in the DC universe?
It's in the Marvel universe, right?
We're in the Marvel universe.
They're in the
We're in the Savage Land. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But either way, I mean, like, the item, yeah, like, the only reason why the Infinity Gauntlet doesn't work in the DC universe because they didn't want to do anything besides put the glove on Darkseid and then move on.
And then have him be like,
because I swear to God, if this was made now and like Scott Snyder and company were writing it,
oh yeah,
Darkseid would have gotten the gauntlet, and then the book would have been about Darkseid having the gauntlet. Like that, it would have been like, oh, and then I killed Crona and Grandmaster and everybody, and I have to fight Darkseid.
I'm the bad guy.
Because that would have been like, yes, I want to see that.
Yeah, because Crona and Grandmaster are like, oh, we didn't plan on this.
Crona looks like Lobo's unemployed uncle. Blobo.
ComicPop.
You're welcome. So Grandmaster's like, that's it. Those are the rules. Okay.
I win.
And Crona's like, well, no! Just kills him.
But it was 6-6. That generally it's a tie.
No, it was 7-5.
No, it was 6-5.
Yeah, in favor of the League, and Batman got it.
Oh, right, in favor of the League. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
And so Crona like blasts him. He's like, okay, tell me who it is. Just tell me. And Cap's like, okay, separate them, I guess. I don't know. And like Superman and Thor like get to their feet, and he's like, Thor, can you fight? And Thor's like, if you can, I can. Let's go. And
Can
then
you fight? Oh, are we doing round 2?
Oh,
No. No, there's been some developments.
So Crona's like, I know who it is. It's Galactus. Be here. And Galactus shows up, and they're like, oh shit. And Galactus is like, what the fuck?
I was in the middle
You just summoned
of
Galactus.
my thing.
Yeah, and so
I was getting my nethers tingled by a warm planet.
Yep, that's right. Before I ate it. And Crona's like, tell me what the truth is, or secrets. Tell me now. And Galactus goes, you're clearly a madman. And Galactus does not deal with madmen. Like, I love Galactus being like,
no.
Well, you got some drool on your chin.
You got a little.
You got a little something.
little...
Looks like you're freaking out right now. And then Crona's just like, ah! And he just uses all the energy that he can muster because he's like an entropic being, and just tears Galactus apart. He's just like, I'll tear you apart and rip the secret from your broken corpse. And Grandmaster is like barely held together, and he's like, no, Crona, you will not. And then he wields all 12 items, which was his plan all along, and warps all of reality. And everything just kind of like goes white.
Whoa.
So
and then we get amalgam.
Oh my God! If only. And I feel like there was no way that there wasn't a conversation about it.
Yeah.
But because we have it, because it's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just used all of the items.
I used every most powerful item in the
to fuse them together.
Yeah.
How did we not fuse the heroes?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But instead, we go to the source wall, where Doctor Doom is now embedded into it. And the Justice League is like, well...
And they're like, I mean, it's fitting.
Well, it's the end of an adventure by the Justice League who are fighting Doctor Doom, who is trying to gain the secrets from beyond the Source Wall. And now he's become part of it. And the heroes are like, well, I guess all's well that ends well for Doctor Doom. And you can also see, like, Batman's got a yellow disc. Hal Jordan is on the team. And Hawkeye is also on the team. And I'm like, I mean, we don't need 2 Archers.
That's a little redundant.
But there's a little conversation because Hawkeye and Black Canary are together because she's got a thing for Shaft. And...
I guess Green Arrow's like...
Green Arrow is like, God damn this guy. So...
Really? Trick arrows?
That's your whole thing, huh? Yeah, that's what it does? Okay. So, yeah, Black Canary's like, I love that you left your universe to come stay with me. How romantic. Green Arrow's like... He's like, ever since he got here, all I've heard from Dinah is Hawkeye, Hawkman. Reality warps, and Hawkeye's gone. And they're like, Green Arrow, what are you talking about? He's like, huh?
What?
I'm like, anyway, we defeated Doctor Doom, as I was saying. But Doctor Doom isn't from our universe, so I guess we're going to have to call our friends. And we pull back, and we see locking lips. Now, they're not railing like they are in Batman Deadpool.
Right.
But still.
Having cigarettes afterwards.
Yeah, but there's a real close relationship between the two of them. Meanwhile, in the Marvel Universe, Brainiac tried to take over. The Avengers are on Hydro Base. The less said about it, the better. I don't like Hydro Base.
I don't care for Hydro Base.
And then it blows up and sinks into the bottom.
I don't know, but I like the soundtrack to Hydro Base. You know, in those Sonic levels.
Oh yeah.
Hydrocity. Or Hydro City.
I always called it Hydro City, but I guess it would be Hydrocity. Oh, that's cool. Anyway. So the Avengers have defeated Brainiac, and they're like, well, that's weird. I love that, like, Brainiac had a skull ship. It fell in the ocean. Like, there's seagulls around it. Just delightful. And they're like, well, he's not one of ours, so we're gonna have to. And Jan, she's like, don't worry, I called our old friends, the Justice League, and they've shown up. So it's like those 2 adventures happened at the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're like, hey, like Ralph Dibny's on the team with the Justice League.
Oh, Beast is there.
Beast is an Avenger. He was during the period when the Avengers looked like this. And, you know, Dibny's like, hey, Hank and Jan, you're a married couple super team like me and, you know, Sue. And don't ask about Sue later. But for now, hey, we should get some Chinese and solve some mysteries. And then they all go on a Hydro Base and they're hanging out. And, you know, it's just like, this is what would happen if they were, you know, either owned by Marvel and made separate, or if, like, we could do this all the time.
Right, if they were just in one
It would just be
universe.
unremarkable adventures where they're old friends. Like, it would be like if the Avengers, it'd be like if the Justice League hung out with, like, the JSA. You know, it's like that disposable. And
right, it wouldn't be, like, special.
Yeah. And so they arrive, and Jarvis is like, welcome, everybody. And, you know, the Hawkeye and Green Arrow are at odds with each other, just like, you know, talking about what jackasses they are. So Jarvis welcomes everybody. They're like, hey, I've got hors d'oeuvres for everybody. And Green Arrow's like, yeah, of course, the billionaire weapons profiteer and his slave are going to serve the Avengers. Okay, what a shock. And Hawkeye's like, how?
What's that, Ollie?
Yeah, right. And Hawkeye's like, shut up. All right, that's enough out of you, Mr. Billionaire. You know, and
sparks flying.
Yeah, but I steal from the rich and give to the poor. Which is still me, I guess.
Right.
And Black Canary's like, oh, you boys.
Yeah, they're like, what? You know, you want to make it interesting? So you think you're a better archer than I am? Well, we'll figure it out. Meanwhile, Captain America's like walking around, and he's like, I don't like this. And Wonder Woman's like, what are you talking about, Cap? Look at all the team-ups we've had. Like, we have pictures of us.
Look, it's great.
Look at this crossover that happened between the JSA and the Justice League, but we put the Avengers there instead. Haha, what a fun homage. And she's like, and listen, we're old. Like, we've been around forever. Like, you remember when the Invaders, the team you were on in the 40s, teamed up with the JSA? And he's like, that's not right at all.
Like, wait, what?
What? And he's like, nah. And then Cap gets laid. Because they put a little
lay on
him.
He teleports into another reality or whatever.
Teleports to another time, another place. Now they're on the Watchtower. It's their annual Avengers JLA team up on the Watchtower, and they picked a luau theme. And here's a different iteration of both teams. Like, you can see Guy Gardner's trying to get with Moondragon. She's having none of it because she's a telepath, so she can hear all his gross-ass thoughts. You can see Snapper Carr and Rick Jones are hanging out. What a fun crossover that would be. And, you know, Wonder Man and Wonder Woman are having an arm wrestling contest because this is the first and only time you will ever see Wonder Man and Wonder Woman in the same page, in the same panel, ever.
Did you ever wonder which wonder could wonder?
So, it's just like fun. Meanwhile, Thor sees Superman, he's pouting in the corner, and he's like, what's going on, man? He's like, I don't know you, Thor. I don't know any of you. What is this? And then things change again, and now Thor is Martian Manhunter, and they're at the Avengers mansion, and Superman's like, what's going on here? And Captain America's like, reality just changed! It just changed right now! Didn't you hear it? Didn't you see it? Superman's like, it's happening to him too. Oh. And Hal Jordan's like, hey, Cap, calm down. And Cap goes, get away from me, Green Lantern! I don't even know you! He's like, you're not even the right Green Lantern!
Oh, that's right. It's oh my God.
And they warp, and like actually Flash walks in, and it's Barry, and Jeff Johns like, yes!
Because it's all topsy-turvy.
Yeah. And James like, Cap, we're from the same universe. Let's shut up.
Does anybody feel like maybe our universes are getting it on?
I mean, we all feel this kind of like odd or orgasmic euphoria. But Jan's like, hey, Cap, come on. Let me break it down for you. Remember that time that Ultron and Amazo teamed up? Remember those androids that are from our universes? We had to fight them in that unremarkable crossover that never happened? Or that time when the Grim Reaper and the Key got the Serpent Crown? Remember that crossover? And how about that time that Kang and the Lord of Time teamed up? And we get to recreate that page that actually was from our reality?
That's fun.
They've battled each other over the quest for the chronal egg. It's like, oh, well, that sounded real fun.
Good thing we didn't do that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Batman and Iron Man are hanging out, like, I don't know, somewhere else. And I love it because I'm like, yay, Batman and Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's a fun crossover. I'd like to see that.
I would like to see that.
I would like to see more of this.
So you lost your parents as a billionaire, and you decided that you would train yourself in the ways of, like, being a ninja?
Like karate and stuff?
You didn't make a thing like me?
Can't you, like, die, like, real easy?
Yeah, but I have to scare them. You know what's really scary? Wearing a gun.
Yeah. What's real scary is like being basically invincible.
Yeah.
You should try it. It's awesome.
Bruce, you know what? Actually, here. I made you. I made you a suit.
It fits in a suitcase.
That's what I want. If you do a Batman Iron Man crossover ever, come on. I want to see Tony Stark making a Bruce Wayne suit. Making a Batman suit.
I mean, yes, but we've already seen a Batman.
Yeah, I mean, Batman gets armor all the time.
Yeah, but I want to see a Marvel version of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So Captain America's like, it's your fault, Superman. You're the worst of them all. Fill in the air with your stink. And Superman's like, you drop your phony, sanctimonious act, Captain America, and tell me what's going on or I'll shake it out of you.
Oh, God.
And I can shake you so hard.
Superman been like, just shaking Cap. And they're all like, whoa. And I love Hawkeye and Green Arrow being like, can't they just team? Can't they just get along? What's their problem?
Can't they just Eiffel Tower Black Canary like we did?
You're just one more overly muscled, high, mighty, pretty boy. I've beaten dozens like you. And the two of them start to fight. And when they do, the world goes white. Everything explodes. The Avengers and the Justice League are split. And now, where they are is a wasteland. It's Metropolis. It's destroyed. It's covered in snow. Vision and Aquaman are together. And Aquaman's like, what'd you do, Vision? And he's kind of the same Aquaman, but he's got two hands now. He tries to punch Vision, and he realizes, oh my God, I tried to punch him with my non-dominant hand. It's supposed to be like a hook or some nonsense.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Yeah.
If I wasn't Atlantean Arthur and I had like the density of like what? Diamond?
Right. But also, Vision can make his
Yeah, he doesn't actually even punch him. His hand just goes
he
through
goes through him. And then they run into a coterie of supervillains from both Marvel and DC who have been collected.
Doing their own team up.
Because Crona can ensorcel people and make them do his bidding. And so he extends a bit of power to make villains fight the heroes sometimes. And so they do. And so the heroes fight the villains. Whatever. It's just a big fun fight with some villains fighting heroes for a change.
Is this just the opposite of like, hey, look at all these times where if we teamed up regularly, look at what would happen.
Yeah, I think
and like,
so.
if we never teamed up, this is what would happen. Like,
Yeah.
we always fought each other every single time.
I think so, yeah. But you get to see like just some you get to see some fun villains. And finally, we spent 3 issues watching the heroes punch each other.
Right.
How about they be heroes and fight?
How about they cooperate a little bit? Yeah.
So they do, and Cap and Green Lantern team up, and they meet up with everybody, and they're just like,
But they're also in the ruins of Metropolis. Like,
Yeah.
clearly something went
Something
wrong.
something went
yeah.
wrong, and they're just like, what the hell happened? Meanwhile, on the Marvel side of the universe, things are burning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's real bad looking.
The city's on fire, and Superman and Flash trying to save everybody Batman and Giant Man are doing their thing. Martian Manhunter and Wanda are trying to save people.
Martian Manhunter's like, no.
Literally that. He's like, could you pick up the pace, Wanda, please? She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Kind of freaking out a little bit.
No, it's my fault. It's not you. So while the heroes catch their breath, this one dude is like, Superman, please! I recognize you! I'm from Karak, from the DC universe! Everyone says my country doesn't exist here, but I know you, please!
Oh,
and he's like, ooh, uh-oh, this is going beyond us.
Oh, we may have involved the entire world in this nonsense.
Yes. So it begins to snow, and they're like, oh, good, the snow will help with our fires. And the citizenry is like, oh, no, it's snowing! It'll bring back the ghosts! And they're like, what?
What? Oh.
And then just
not the snow ghost.
yes, and then these people just start appearing as the snow falls, and they're like, Flash, please save me! And Flash's like, and he's like, Superman, you're not supposed to be here. Why am I here? And they're like, what? Meanwhile, the sky turns green.
Yeah, what?
This is pretty messed up right here.
It's just like it's a nightmare. And so Jean tries to tap into the minds of some of the ghosts, and then he disappears, and they're like, what the crap? Meanwhile, in the DC universe, it's still snowing, and the skies continue to turn green. Martian Manhunter appears in the DC universe, back where he came from, and so he starts reaching out with his mind to contact Superman and the others in the Marvel universe. And as they are like doing their best to mitigate the damage, they took a look around. Like Superman grabs like a newspaper, and it says, "Spider-Man speaks. An interview with Spider-Man by Clark Kent." Superman's like, "That didn't happen. What the fuck?"
That didn't happen.
What is going on?
Man, that would be a great headline.
Yeah, what a good exclusive that would be. I hope we see something like that in Superman Spider-Man or Spider-Man Superman on sale in 2026. On sale 23 years later.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So there's a rift between the two universes.
Yeah.
And between the
gathering
cities
that.
themselves, and they can see like ghostly versions of their counterparts like across this rift. And they're like, whoa! And between them is Crona's face screaming at them.
Interesting. Okay.
And Captain America goes, Crona's the problem. Green Lantern, that's one of your guys. And Superman's like, hold it right there. You have no business giving Green Lantern a hard time. Hal Jordan's the best of us. And then Wonder Woman goes, that's enough. We did this already. We're done with that.
Yeah.
We're done with that, both of you.
Fighting. It doesn't work.
Meanwhile, Crona's energy avatar blasts out of the ground and goes into the sky, and the storm begins anew and starts encircling them. And Superman's like, I think I know what's happening. I'm going outside of the planet. I'm going to go look. And Iron Man's like, I'll go with you. And Cap's like, I want to see what you're seeing. I want to know the minute you see it. Like, tell me everything's happening. Okay. So Iron Man and Superman go outside of like Earth's orbit, and they see both of their planets being squished together.
Like a big butt.
Like a big butt. That's right. And Iron Man's like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is freaking me out. And Superman's like, well, it might help you to know that you're not really seeing it. Like your mind is making it manifest. Like we're seeing a metaphorical version of what's happening. Our realities are being forced into each other. Well, if you read DC versus Marvel, that actually happened already where we did that, but it was the two brother robots fighting each other.
Okay,
but I wasn't there for that one. That was Captain America and Superman. And Batman.
Purple Hands.
Purple Hands, yeah.
It's also kind of like a crisis, which I've dealt with before.
Yes,
You're not familiar, but...
I might not even remember that happening either.
Also, yeah.
We should get Barry here. Barry!
Except in this crisis, like, the planets aren't being destroyed. They're just being, like, merged.
They're just being pushed on top of each other.
Exactly. And you can see Crona's face, and he's having, like, a freaking orgasm over it. He's like, I'm
gonna grab these and squeeze real hard.
So then Hal's like, I'm gonna use my willpower and force them apart. And then all the heroes like start firing, and those who can't join wills with Hal, you know, to like add their will to his, and he manages to force the planets apart.
Kyle, give me your ring real quick. I'll go back, I swear. I just need one more ring.
No, Kyle's in here, it's Hal, and Hal is just like, I could tap into all of you by using my power, and blah.
Aren't they both there?
Yeah, they are both there.
Oh, okay.
But like it's both.
But like one's
they're
in one
both
place and
the
one's
same
Yeah, but Hal's
person.
like, I got this. And
they're
Kyle's
like
like,
merge.
oh, that can help.
Well, Kyle is the same. Kyle is where Hal is at different points in time.
Oh, okay.
So then the universes separate. The Avengers mansion is destroyed. The Avengers arrive. Jarvis is there. He's like, you know, there were looters, obviously. I tried to fight them off.
It was real bad. Hawkeye yelled not like this.
And then he exploded.
No, we didn't see it for a
and
while.
then Wolverine moved in. It was a tower.
I
I
think
don't
it was
know.
real different.
So, no, I wish that were so. But
The man doesn't pay. That's terrible.
It's horrible. So Captain America's like, well, Jarvis, you're going to put the coffee on because we got company. And so they use their teleporter to bring the Justice League to Avengers Mansion because now they know what the problem is. Crona is somehow caught between worlds, and he's using his newfound powers to squish the worlds together to see them destroyed. He's essentially creating an incursion, but we haven't invented that yet.
Right.
So this is the first appearance of a Marvel incursion, by the way. They're seeing that it's not just on Earth. Planets that are supposed to be where they are being merged with other planets or being squished into each other. Cities that are not New York in Marvel and New York in DC are not occupying the same space where New York would be. New York is where the Taj Mahal is. It's just everything's topsy-turvy, because also the DC universe is technically bigger than the Marvel universe. And I love the image of Batman grabbing a cup from Jarvis because he's so used to being served by a butler and just sipping from a very expensive cup of tea.
It's yep, this is what you do. I don't know why anyone else is taking tea.
For you, sir.
I don't know why everybody's standing on ceremony here.
Maybe because that's friggin' weird.
Well,
have someone serve you just on the daily.
Well, whatever.
When you're not in a restaurant.
So they're like,
what,
okay,
am I do my own laundry?
We know that the key to this is Grandmaster. So if we find Grandmaster, we can maybe get some answers.
He's the key to all of this.
So they're like, all right, well, I guess we can track his energy signature and make a portal, and then Phantom Stranger shows up and goes, I'll just take you there.
Guys,
we don't
worry.
need more science gobbledygook.
If George has to draw another Flash running in a circle around you guys,
he will shit.
He will shit. So how about just follow me? And so he opens a door behind the icebox, where Apu has a secret entrance to the roof. And he's like, let's go. And they're like, okay. Trepidatiously, of course, because most of them don't trust or or know who the Phantom Stranger is.
Right.
So they go, and Iron Man is like, I am taking all the energy readings. This is all crazy and interesting, and I will never use any of it in the Marvel Universe. Mm-hmm. So they go, and he's like, okay, here's the door, go through it. And Batman's like, no! This is insane! And Phantom Stranger's
no, you're gonna explain what's happening.
I will not! And he opens the door, and and Grandmaster's husk is on the ground of his own sanctum. And he's just
oh my God, he got rocked so hard.
Yeah, he got rocked by Crona's
He and Crona just went at it for centuries.
No, it was just Crona wrecking him.
It was so amazing. He was just spent afterwards, laying on the floor.
Crona just blasted with I-beams or something. So he's like, I didn't expect Crona to be such a dick. I thought he'd go away. But he left me for dead, he attacked Galactus, and so I used the artifacts, and I brought the universes together, and I thought I could trap him between them.
So that he wouldn't be a part of either.
Yeah, and he just wouldn't be able to bother anybody by being caught in a juncture point between the two universes. But I figured that he wouldn't destroy either universe if his fate was tied to them.
Little do you know about Crona, he's just going to motorboat both universes.
That's exactly right. And so he's like, also, I didn't count on the fact that both universes are so fundamentally incompatible.
That's kind of your fault.
Okay, Kurt.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. And
some of you are so affected and strongly attuned to your realities that sensing changes making you edgy and uneasy.
Edgy.
Yeah, that's
Loaded.
A generous word to describe them. Anyway, look at the screen. There's Crona, and he's got a great base, and he's fucking around, and he's just trying to accelerate the process of merging our universes, which will cause an incursion and destroy everything, and maybe get the answers he seeks, but he's also going to die, but he's just a big piece of shit.
Right, he's so obsessed.
He's willing to risk it all to answer his stupid question that even the Guardians told him was a bad idea. I'm really sorry, you guys. And they're like, well, okay. He's like, Crona's the key and the lock. You gotta get Crona. He's the one who's keeping the universes now bound together. Mm-hmm. You have to beat him and then separate the universes.
Right.
And they're like,
and get your shit back.
Okay. And then Captain America's like, wait. Because remember, Hal Jordan's here and people are wearing different costumes and stuff. And so Cap's like, what are we saving?
Yeah, which version of our realities?
And so Endergast uses the last of his power to show everyone on screens what current continuity is for all of them. And so they all look and see Beta Ray Bill and Nightwing and Barbara getting together and the Hawk people and their nonsense and the Thunderbolts and stuff. And you get to see all these characters, they watch Hydro Base is destroyed or their satellite blows up or, Eric Masterson is Thunderstrike for a minute and, Thanos, what the hell that's all about? And Captain America had a dumb costume in the 90s for a hot second. And, they're like, that's me. White Martians and domestic abuse from Giant Man slapping Jan around. They're younger, so and I love that the one thing that Arthur sees is that he loses his hand.
He even goes, my hand!
Yeah,
my hand!
Meanwhile,
Not a lefty!
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Your hand, that's your traumatic memory?
In the same breath, Wanda's watching her kids get unmade, and she's like, no more crossovers! No, like this is the thing, and she's like, ah! She is like, yeah. It's funny though, because her reaction is curious compared to what it will be in a very short span of time from now. But Batman sees, he's like, no. The 3 greatest failures of Batman are the death of Jason Todd, the breaking of the Bat,
And Azrael.
Azrael. 2 of those are like right next to each other in time.
Killing Joke? No.
What's wrong with that one?
What? Barbara?
Oh, I mean, you are going to lose a few. All I'm saying is at the end of the book,
Yeah,
I did get to laugh.
I didn't really
It's
consider
been a while.
I did have a laugh.
I didn't really consider myself her protector or anything. You know,
Yeah.
that was
You're not affiliated with me,
you know, I just kind of knew you.
right?
I mean, it's kind of a win because Gordon came out of that on top.
What? Well, Gordon proved his point.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not just one
At the
bad day.
expense of his daughter's ability to walk.
No, you're gonna lose a few.
mean,
Oh my God.
It's not on par with Robin dying.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not.
saying.
That's true.
Maybe with his back being
Look,
broken.
you saw the bat breaking. You could just have the breaking of the bat, Jason Todd, and Barbara. You don't need to show Azrael.
The Azrael's insane.
No,
Azrael's just like,
we can never have
that
this
was-
again.
You know what that was? That was a mistake.
I
Exactly.
made a grievous error.
It's a regret that it's a regret that may tip the scales and I won't fight Crona over it. Like, no! So anyway, Superman's like, oh, and I got beaten to death by a stupid space monster that constantly has his origin changed and updated. Meanwhile, Hal Jordan's like, oh man, oh no, oh, that is a problem. Oh.
Hal, what'd you see?
Nothing.
It doesn't really matter what it's on.
I wouldn't worry about it.
You know what? I wouldn't really worry about it.
So Grandmaster dies.
Mine was great, actually.
Yeah, actually it was awesome. And but I'm still willing to sacrifice it. Let me just get your ring really quick. Where are those Infinity Gems? So then Grandmaster dies and like, okay. We saw what our worlds are gonna be like, and despite that, we're still gonna save it. Hal Jordan, of all characters, says, the reality we saw is the truth. Good, bad, love, pain, it's real. It's the one we're pledged to protect, not to play God with. I'm like, well, that is the pot calling the kettle black, Mr. 0 Hour. So
It's like, well, I saw that, and I'm like, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't do that.
you know what? Maybe I won't do that.
I don't really want that.
Maybe I won't do that yet.
No. So the heroes unite, and it's like, oh boy, the Avengers and the Justice League are gonna team up.
They're gonna team up and we're gonna
punch
punch Crona in
Crona.
the face.
Cool. Are we going to use all those things that we had?
We don't have those anymore. They were used to make
they
this.
were consumed or whatever.
Yeah.
They're in the space between worlds or something.
Yes. So Crona watches his great machine explain the origin of Galactus, and he's like, yeah, blah 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 blah, and then he began Galactus 8 planets. Who gives a shit? But there's something before that though.
No, what about that hand though?
Well, and before that there was a voice. See, what Galactus heard was a voice, and he's like, don't you see? A voice in one universe, a hand in another. This is the great marriage of art and writing to make comic books.
Oh, a voice and a hand.
Oh.
I mean, they don't say that, but it's like, I think that's like the true origin of our universes is art and writing coming together. A voice and a hand drawing, a voice telling the story. That's where we come from. But Crona's just a blue-faced idiot, and he has no idea what he's in. So he's like, boom!
Yeah, but where's the money?
Right. Exactly. So he's like, what the hell? And Metron's like, well, you've really made a breakthrough. You've got a voice in one and a hand in another. Congratulations. What are you gonna do now? And he goes, now I gotta figure out the truth. That Grandmaster's a piece of shit, but I'm so close. All I gotta do is blow this up. Let's do this, right? What do you think?
So we're basically learning that Crona cannot be satisfied.
Yes.
You learned, you were looking
learned
for
something
information
new.
and you got it, and you just move right on.
Yes.
You're on to the next thing.
Right.
You're not stopping to think or feel
Yeah,
it
Galactus
or.
was right. You're crazy.
Yeah.
You're a madman.
There's
Well, not only are you
nothing.
crazy, you're like, no, I need the answer now. Now!
Right, but
Yeah.
even
But
if I gave
what
you-
next?
But what answer do you want? And it's like, is Crona the audience? Is Crona like, no, but what's next though? Okay, yeah, you gave me a big Marvel DC crossover, but what's next? When will you do another one? Is it me? Am I Crona?
Oh, maybe a little.
Maybe we're all Crona. A little bit.
Yeah, but what's the truth, though?
Yes, but what's the truth?
But what really happened?
And then Doc Brown shows up and goes, the truth is whatever you make of it! So make it a good one! And then Crona's like, shut up, you old man! Just kills him.
But what's the definitive version?
Yes.
What's the canon explanation for?
And like maybe the fact that we watch them all change isn't just because I want to see George Perez draw like Barry and Wally. And maybe the reason why like we have a plot explanation for why like we see all these different iterations of characters that also would look rad if George Perez drew them is we're not just seeing different eras of Avengers and Justice Leaguers hanging out and teaming up, but also because there is no canon, there is no definitive plot. It's just stories.
Like
and
it all
just
happened
enjoy them,
and it all counts. And,
right?
Yeah.
And then Scott Snyder's like, I'll say that again, but with Perpetua, and to just tell you like all the stories happen and they're all
Right.
You know,
I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah, I'll just put them
Because you didn't get it.
Because you didn't get it the first time. So, you know, the universes are coming apart, like worlds are falling apart. Spider-Man gets to save some kids, yay. And, you know...
And Speedball's helping out too.
Good old Speedball. And he's just like, stab me. Step on me, everybody.
He's not like that yet.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to get there.
I'll get there.
Don't worry.
So the heroes are like, yes, we're going to fight. And then Vision's like, no! My children are going to die! And I'm like, Vision did that?
Vision? Really?
Yep. And
I got influenced by Wanda to freak out. She was testing the waters to see how everybody would react.
Yeah, but guys, I'm sorry. Wanda told me to freak out. No, he's the one who freaked out, and Wanda's like, and Wanda shows up and goes, Vision, stop. This is what we inherit. Like, because right now, you know, Vision and Wanda are ex-spouses in current continuity, but right now, they're married. That's the versions of them that are here.
Right.
And they're like, we're going to lose Thomas and William, but like, you know, they existed at some point, whatever. They'll be back.
We'll lose Thomas and William. But I mean, I can always just make more.
Right. Technically, Crona has all those artifacts. So he's like limitlessly powerful. And he has the ability to ensorcel different characters. So we're probably going to be facing an actual army. It's not just going to be like, go to Crona, tap him on the shoulder, and knock him out. Like, just hit him with the shield. Just whang. Like, we're going to have to fight like other villains and stuff to get to him. So we're going to have to come up with like a unified front. And so Superman's like, Cap, you are the greatest strategist here. I want you to lead us.
Batman's like, excuse me?
Well, between the two of them, technically. I'm sorry, which one of us has actually fought in a war? And not like a war in my journal.
No. I fought a war on crime.
That's not a war.
Well, try telling the U.S. government that.
Yeah, well, I am the U.S. government as far as you're concerned. And I'm saying that...
Not mine.
So Cap's like, yeah, okay, I'm in. I'll lead the team. We'll connect with Martian Manhunter, and I will tell everybody where to go. Well, first we got to build a great ship that'll take us to Crona's dimensional plane.
Okay.
Unless, Superman, you want to sing us there?
Oh, you don't have one of those?
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, man.
That's not in this, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, that's
No,
Final
that's
Crisis.
Final Crisis, yeah. Yeah, a great ship that'll cross the dimension between, or the border between dimensions, and also is covered in guns.
No, there's no guns. They had to divert,
Whoa, what the hell are these things?
Oh, those are engines or something. I don't know. Don't
They
worry
sure
about
as
that.
hell look like
Because they
friggin'
say,
guns.
because Iron Man says he's sad that he had to divert most of the cannon power, and Batman's like, good, I don't like guns.
But there are cannons. They
guess
just
there
they
are
don't have
cannons.
much power in them.
Yeah. Or maybe, well, it is an Atlantean craft, so it's like it came with guns.
Oh, they're
We repurposed
adapting.
them.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we watch
They're
the
fishing
team.
guns.
Yeah, exactly.
They're harpoons.
Watch the team like team up. Like, look, everyone's working together. They're like taking their masks off. They're letting their guard down. They're just working together as a
Oh my
team.
God, yeah, Batman took his cowl off.
I know. He's like, well, fuck it. The universe is over. cat's
Yeah,
out of
and
the
like
bag.
I won't probably remember this or whatever, and none of
Right?
these people will either, because
Yeah.
it's like this. It'll be like this didn't even happen, probably.
Yes.
Or
And
something.
then we get what like.
I'm just saying, like, we should probably work on our skins for all this, everybody.
Okay, Batman. We get it. You're ripped. We're all
What?
ripped.
No.
We're all in good shape, Batman. We're superheroes.
I mean, I'm also saying like what happens in an extra-dimensional plane
Stays.
that won't exist anymore in a few hours if we succeed stays in that place.
Yeah, and if we are not successful, then it never happened.
Then
Then we're dead anyway.
right. Then it doesn't matter. So
No. Anyway, you want to know my secret identity? So then we get a minute. Like everybody gets a minute. You know, like they do the thing and then they collect themselves and like reflect. And so we get these great little character moments. You know, Wanda and Vision and Barry and Hal, and they're like, like we're gonna die. If we're successful, we're just gonna go back to wherever the hell we came from.
and It looked not good for us.
And it looked not good for us. But you know what? We'll have a legacy, and I guess that's important too.
Right.
Does that mean like they'll go back and they won't remember any of it?
Yeah.
Well, they're dead.
They're dead, and
well,
they're here now.
Hal's not dead. He's
He's the Spectre, yeah.
but he can't be himself.
No.
Then Barry's dead.
Oh yeah. Well,
he's not, but
he's
they
in the
think
Speed
he's
Force,
dead.
but they think he's dead. Kurt Busiek thinks he's dead. So then Cap asks Superman to wield his shield in battle, which he gladly does, and so then they.
And Superman's like, I mean,
I don't know. No, he's like, you're
okay.
gonna get like hit with a lot of shit. Some of it might be kryptonite, so use a shield, all right? It's just
I mean,
an
okay,
opportunity
that's
for the-
quaint.
cool.
Okay.
Is this lead lined or something?
It's please.
You don't need to worry about
It's made of a great deal better than lead, all right? Just enjoy the honor that I gave you.
So you're not expecting to do much fighting then, are you, Cap?
No, you benched me. I'm going to be telling everyone else how to fight and where to go.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
thought you
I'm
were
the
gonna
greatest
be...
strategist, apparently.
Apparently. So then they board the ship, they go, and they find that Crona's stronghold is made out of the body of Galactus, which Donny Cates will steal and use later on in another story.
Yeah.
Gorgeous image. I love it. I can't get enough of it, and I
looks
enjoyed
awesome.
it when Donny Cates also did it. So Crona's like, those fools. They've defeated me numerous times. What makes them think they can do it again? So he like dispatches all of his guys. He got like AIM and Hydra and Cobra and all these guys like
That's
fire
fun.
for Crona, yay! Parademons are dispatched. The Avengers and the Justice League team up. And they're like, oh, and you get a big splash page of all of them together, and then they fight. And like literally, it's just the next 10 to 12 pages.
Just
Is it
fighting.
the Justice League just flying in, doing things, and then all the Avengers yell, "Avengers assemble," and they're like, "Guys, we should have said something too."
Well, all the actually more DC characters yell Avengers Assemble than Marvel, and Wanda says, and the Justice League lambast, because alliteration.
Right.
So they're all doing their thing, fighting guys, and you can see Cap like actually giving orders and dispatching everybody.
Okay.
And then he's like, okay, and then Batman, I need you to go through the control station and find Batman. Oh, you're already doing that? Yeah, we can carry on. Like Batman's like already halfway there.
I know what you were gonna tell me to do.
He literally goes, well, give me a shout if you need any help. So we can watch as everybody changes. Like Iron Man's armor changes 6 times throughout this whole story. Green Arrow
like
and
reality's
Hawkeye.
changing around them.
Like they themselves are changing. The way that like Kyle became Hal and Wally became Barry and stuff.
Got it,
Or
okay.
Batman went from having like a black bat to a black bat with a yellow disc behind it because that's the only way we could show a Batman from like Silver Age. So they're doing their thing while Crona continues to try and like force the universes together and blow everything up. And he's like, Metron, I must get my answers before these fools make it into my stronghold. Do something and help me. And he goes, no.
Yeah. Why would I?
Why would I do that? And Crona's like, well, what? Well, aren't we both truth seekers in the same universe? Come on. And he's like, are we? Is that what we are?
I mean, I like knowledge and I know a lot of things, but you seem a little unhinged.
Yeah, there's a difference between what you just described and what you actually are. He's like, ask yourself, are you actually after answers or conquest? What happens next, I leave to you, but I will be watching. Bye. Boom. So he leaves. Meanwhile, characters are
Watcher's like,
switching up.
oh, watching.
What?
Something happened here?
Someone say watching?
Watching doesn't show up. I never see him. Maybe he's hidden in the background somewhere. But Batman goes in, he turns down the field, and then he turns into younger Batman, and then Batroc the Leaper attacks him because they both start with Bat. And
It's like Patrick the Leap. Oh, God.
well,
damn it.
and they try to argue that it's like because he has such skills,
Right.
hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
Batman beats him easily, and
he would.
We just watch the heroes and the villains fight, and they do this awesome. Like it's just every page has so much going on.
Right.
Batroc the Leaper jumps around a whole lot, and then Batman just goes, hang on. Blam. Okay, I didn't like it,
Right.
but it was effective. I get it. I get it.
It's not gonna.
I'm gonna put that down.
It'll undo. Meanwhile, Superman gets long hair.
Yeah, and Cap gets his black suit.
He becomes he gets the captain suit, which
Yeah.
U.S. agent will take. Just giving his orders, just still continuing. Meanwhile,
So the stuff is changing about them, but they still remember the plan and stuff.
oh yeah. Or when they don't, or when new characters show up, Cap has Jean dump the context into their brains.
Yeah, just
He goes-
just be real
he's
quick.
pull from my memories
Yeah.
and just send it in.
Yeah, just keep
what's going on?
keep
Okay.
re-overwriting
Yes.
their brains every time they shift
Yes.
with the canon
And bring up-
current story that's happening right now.
And bring up the new people to speed.
Yeah.
So
that seems like it would be a lot of work.
Yeah,
for
but it's
John.
all, you know, they're done.
What happens if John changes?
Well, he will. He turns into Bloodwind at that point. But like,
I guess he can read the mind of any of them
Yes.
to pick up all the data he just had dumped into them and overwrite his own brain.
well,
with
and we'll see that hiccup. So Flash saves Hawkeye, and then they both get blown up for their troubles, and they die. And they're like, "Oh no!" Like Hal's like, "Barry, no, not again!" And Cap is like, "We don't have time. We'll mourn them later. We'll mourn you later, Clint." And that causes Hal to freak out.
Not like this?
No one says not like this.
That hasn't happened.
That's hacky. No one would say that. Kurt Busiek would never write that. So Hal like transforms, like he goes from Hal to Parallax to Kyle, and then just starts like launching shit.
It'd be amazing if it went to Parallax and he had all the rings, be like, "Oh, where'd this come from?"
Ooh. That would be amazing. Instead, Hal like blows through his life until he's post-death, and now Kyle's back. And he's like, "Hey, it's me! I remember when I grabbed the cube." Is that, how long has it been since then? Ah, jeez.
Martian, get him!
Yeah. Meanwhile, you know, behold.
Hey, the Rhino
Right.
showed up.
Yeah, why
Look at
not?
how
Have them fight
dope this
triathlon.
looks.
So they all just fight each other, and it's awesome. Even Hulk shows up because he's an Avenger, you know.
Right.
One panel
You know,
though.
it's kind of cheap just watching like all of these people fight that when they should be fighting Crona.
Well, they're
Well,
trying
but-
to get to Crona. Like
Yeah.
Crona's behind all these walls and all these waves
Also,
of people.
like,
and it's like
you
we
can't
need to
show
see
a panel of like 1,000 people just
fighting one
simultaneously
guy.
punching one guy.
Yeah, they knew that when like George Perez and Ron Lim drew the Infinity Gauntlet, and it was like it's just Thanos.
Yeah.
You gotta kill
You gotta
a
have
lot
a
of
bunch
characters.
of different characters in there to, as like a pre-fight.
Exactly.
To winnow down the numbers a little bit.
Yep. So Jean turns into Bloodwind, and he can't telepathically link with anybody anymore. So Cap's like, "Uh-oh, we're not in each other's heads anymore."
Oh, no,
Okay.
we'll have to shout things.
So I guess I better get into the fray. And then Prometheus shows up, who is a character we've never actually delved with, but trust me, he is a problem.
Oh.
He also can like copy. He's like Taskmaster. He can like copy your moves and download them into his head and like fight you with them. And so he's like immeasurably able and capable. And Cap's like, "You steal moves. You don't know them," and beats the living shit out of Prometheus.
Nice.
So it's great. Meanwhile, Batman has to fight like all these other characters until Black Panther, Black Widow, and Huntress team up, and he's like, "Everyone pretend like that woman over there doesn't exist. But until then, let's go fight these guys because, of course, it's Huntress. We got to pretend like she doesn't exist." But no, it's just like Batman gets aided by Black Panther, and I'm like, "Oh man, Black Panther and Batman, that's a cool team up. I would have liked to see that." Oh well. So while they're fighting, everybody, Sandman's there, and he's an Avenger, so he's in the book. And then Superman turns into Electric Blue Superman, and his shield disappears, and so it goes back to Cap. But Cap has an electric shield, and so he gets that instead, and that's how he defeats Prometheus.
Great.
It's just like, oh. And I love Superman's like, "Oh, my shield's gone," and Thor's like, "Who are you?
What? Yeah, what is happening?
What is this? I'll tell you about my greatest foe, Superman." He's like, "I am Superman, man." Oh man, Batman.
Do you have electric powers? I kind of like that.
Ooh, I'm gonna zap you, and then you zap them. Oh, don't even think about it.
That's where he like sucks Superman into the hammer
And then fires him.
him.
Like he's the electric gremlin from Gremlins 2. Batman does get to fight Taskmaster. That's kind of cool. One panel.
Well, yeah.
Meanwhile, they see that Eternity and Kismet are prisoners of Crona. That's the idea, is that Crona's imprisoned them, and he's going to slaughter them to gain what he needs about the destroyed universes.
Right.
And so Crona's like, "Okay, you've denied me for long enough," and he has like a great machine, which is in the form of like a globe. And this thing will allow him to like destroy them and collapse galaxies. Here's a great sequence where Namor and Maxima and Steel and Plastic Man fight Atuma and hordes of Atlantean bad guys, and then Aquaman shows up and he's like, "I use my telekinesis, my ability to talk to fish and make all the Atlanteans just turn off for a minute." And Namor's like, "And I'm half fish person, so I'm not affected, but it does hurt. Let's go." And they get attacked by trolls, and Wonder Woman takes them down. Wonder Woman and She-Hulk for a second. Ho-ho! Like, there's just...
Right.
Like, you need the big one.
Yeah,
so you can
good
just be like,
synchronicities.
like Grim Reaper fights Superman? What? But then Radioactive Man, watch out!
Superman has a different shield.
Yeah, he gets Cap's other shield. Because now he's not electric blue, so he needs to be
So he
regular
needs the
Superman.
shield again.
Whatever. So, Radioactive Man uses like a little form of kryptonite radiation. He's like, "This is huge. This is a banal form of radiation that I would never thought like capable
To be useful. Yeah.
but
For some reason, it really bothers you.
Yeah, so I'll fuck you up. And then Vision uses the last of his powers, which are solar-based, and pours that into Superman to give Superman the edge. There's one last barrier between them and Crona. Superman's trying to get through it, and he can't get through it. It's too much energy. Doesn't have enough power, blah, blah, blah. Thor is being, dogpiled by a whole bunch of characters. And he's like, Superman, here you go! And he whips Mjolnir to him. Superman catches Mjolnir. Now Superman is wielding the two most iconic artifacts in the Marvel Universe, and he is the most iconic artifact of the DC Universe. And so now everybody is here. So like Superman wielding Mjolnir and Cap shield. That's right, it's like Endgame ×2. Just smashes through the wall. And then Superman's like, all right, we did it, let's get him. And then there's a huge explosion, and Beast is turned into a Catman, and he's like, meow. And then everyone's like, whoa. And then Crona's like, and I have a cool new armor. And I understand the lesson that Metron was telling me. I am a piece of shit, and I don't really care about what's going on. I am a conqueror, and I'm gonna kick your ass and rule this place forever. And then Hawkeye shoots an arrow into Crona's big stupid globe thing. They faked his death so that they wouldn't notice him.
Oh, wow.
And it was his last arrow. When Hawkeye died, Green Arrow took Hawkeye's quiver.
Okay.
Cute little moment.
Yeah.
Again, blink and you'll miss it. The book is choked with everything. So Hawkeye reveals that it's his last arrow, and it was a TNT arrow. So it explodes, and then everything just goes, and Crona's like, no! And he gets sucked into the explosion. And then Wally appears where Barry was, and he's like, was Barry just here? And then everything comes apart, and everybody goes back to normal, but they're still on the destroyed Galactus base. Aquaman's like, man, my hand though.
Oh, my hand's gone.
Oh, I don't want to be this version. Can I go back?
No, I'll fight all of you. So they're like, I guess it's over. I mean, it's like, no, look. And they can see the manifestations of both their universes are still squished together, and two hands are between it.
Oh.
And it's Hal Jordan, the Spectre. And he's
trying to pull it apart.
He pushes them apart and sends them off to their disparate locations in the multiverse. And they're like, there they go.
The Spectre can do this?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So
the Spectre has many powers.
Batman goes, there they go. And they're like, yeah,
that's it.
Yep. And they're like, I guess that's that. But like, if that's gonna happen, then I guess we're gonna go. We gotta get out of here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Galactus Island starts to reconstitute. Like Galactus is reforming, and I love him just emerging from his own mess. He's just like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here because the ground is gonna leave and try to eat us or something.
Right.
I thought Crona was the key and the lock.
Yeah, he was.
Weren't they supposed to force feed him to himself? Bend him in half and shove his feet in his mouth?
Yeah, I mean that would have been more evocative, but we just need the blow up machine. So then Superman's like, here, Thor, I'll pick up Mjolnir for you. No, I can't lift it.
Oh no.
And Thor's like, yeah, that's right.
I
let you have it.
I control who gets to pick it up.
Well, he's like, my dad is a jerk, but he's not an idiot. Like it's a magic enchantment. Like people can wield it in extreme circumstances.
Right.
But you don't just get to carry it around and use it like Captain America does in Endgame. Okay.
I figured it was I didn't hand you the hammer.
Yeah.
I throw the hammer sometimes.
Right, and you caught it.
And you caught part of it, and I just continued doing what I was doing with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can do trick shots, so it moved around like you were playing with it.
Yeah.
But I was controlling it the
I
whole
was basically
time.
puppeting your arm.
No, you weren't. Superman wielded Mjolnir. Then we see Eternity and Kismet separate, and then they reach for each other, and then they go their separate ways. Like goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Because
I never got your
They
number.
Don't worry, you'll get it. That more.
Right.
Because the whole thing opens with once upon a time there was a universe, and then it ends with and once upon a time, as with all things that happen once upon a time, the tale reaches an ending. I'm like, no. Playing with
A happy ending.
Flash is like, I gotta do another fucking circle and send us back. So he runs around them, and Thor uses Mjolnir to send them back because now their universes there's no connection. It's just I'm teleporting us to where we need to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the Bifrost. You're gonna use your speed stuff.
It's whatever.
It's
so
magic of some kind.
as they leave, Superman and Captain America salute each other, and they say, whether we fear we do too much or not enough, we keep trying.
Because that was their respective fears and
philosophies.
Right.
And then
so,
Captain America says, do or do not, there is no truth.
Sorry,
you were a Star Wars guy? So then Crona implodes into an egg, and Metron's like, nah.
An egg?
Yes.
Because I guess he sought to know where things come from, so it's like,
Eggs.
okay, you could be
Things
an
come
egg.
from eggs! Oh my god!
Yeah, this answers the question about the chicken or the egg.
It was
is
the egg!
Egg.
Egg.
It's egg.
It's always egg.
After all, if there was an egg first, where'd the chicken come from? See, I just solved it.
Yeah. The end. So Metron reveals. It's actually like it's funny because you're like, okay, what the fuck? But then Metron reveals that actually the whole goddamn thing was a game between Metron and Grandmaster, and Metron led Crona to the Marvel Universe.
What?
Yeah.
Crona was a pawn.
Why?
Yes. Because
Why? Why, Metron?
Because Grandmaster and Metron wanted to learn something themselves. Like, Metron says, and how was death, Endwig asks? And he's like, it was an experience, though not one I'm anxious to repeat.
What did Metron learn?
I don't know, well, that's shit. Oh, he gets the egg. Metron kind of puts a button on it by being like, we learned a real lesson here. Like, everybody won. Like, everybody got what they wanted. Didn't they? Like, Crona will learn what begins when the egg hatches and it births a new universe, which doesn't happen, by the way, because they do carry over the story in Justice League, and they do get Crona's egg, and just Crona comes out of it. So, but presumably he'll learn a lesson, you know, and the Avengers and then the Justice League learn a lesson, and Grandmaster and Metron learn something too.
Yeah, this is interesting. Grandmaster says, the game was far more than I expected.
Yes.
Is that creators saying like this?
This is a real undertaking.
When I said we were going to do a crossover, I didn't mean
it
got
like
a
that.
lot of hand.
It kind of got big. Yeah, it was a bit much.
Maybe a bit more rewarding than I expected too. You know, maybe we got to get a little deeper than we've necessarily gotten in some of these.
More so than that Kang one that we would have done like 20 years ago, you know? Like that would have been kind of dumb.
You know, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's better that I didn't do that now that I see how this turned out.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this is actually way better.
Yeah, maybe I'll shut up, George.
It's obviously the most ambitious crossover. There was obviously an understanding that there would never be more. Like for them, they were like,
this is it.
DC notwithstanding, Marvel's not going to play ball ever again. Like we're only getting this one shot, and we do not want to miss our chance to blow. So let's just put everything let's kitchen sink this story. And
then we'll never have to do anything ever again.
Well, that's what we never have to do another one. Like if it's an end, then I would have us make such an end as to be worthy of remembrance. And it is. I think like it's odd that it's not in the omnibus. I heard a rumor that it's not in the omnibus because it was just too many pages. And I'm like,
to fit.
Bullshit.
It's an omnibus. Volume
You can make
2.
it as big as
Just
you
make
want.
2 of them.
Just make 2 of them. You already did.
Yeah.
There's an amalgam and a crossover one. Come on. You could have made a 3rd one with JLA Avengers. But maybe they're thinking, well, we got Batman, Deadpool, Deadpool, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Superman, and JLA Avengers. Plus all the little backups from both of those stories.
We could put everything together. Who says we can't have another omnibus?
Yeah, Omnibus Volume 3 is
And we'll
all
sell-
those crossovers and this.
Yeah, we'll make 2,000 copies. It'll be super rare.
No. Although, here's an interesting thing I noticed. All the omnibuses are half off now.
Oh.
Yep.
So you could have paid the same amount for 2
Yes. But
that you paid for each.
yes, that's right.
I mean, you still could.
I think no, I already did.
Yeah.
But I think we wouldn't have gotten there if I hadn't made that sacrifice. People like me didn't get them all.
Yes,
you
you
Showing
were
that
part
you
of
wanted
an
it.
effort
Yes.
to that,
right?
help ensure.
I voted with my wallet.
You did.
I continue to do so.
You did.
But yeah, JLA Avengers, if and when they ever make a collection of this, again, it'll be in the comments down below. Outside of that, you may scour the internet for it. I noticed that the original trade paperback of this is only like $150, but not this one. The Hero Initiative one is its own rarity, not the original 2007 reprinting of JLA Avengers. But again, if you ever want to get it, just go to your local comic book store and find the prestige copies, or better yet, pick up the facsimile editions, which will be on sale this year. There you will find the same thing, but cover price.
I'm glad we went back because I'm appreciating more of this now that we've gotten to know the characters over the years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got some baggage that you were like, oh, what? Barry?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot more. Also, we definitely rushed the first episode.
There's no way we didn't. Oh, well,
because like it's so dense.
And it's like because it is just a fetch quest at the end of the day.
Yes.
But only the first half.
Yeah.
But the other half is just, oh no, we had crossovers and it broke everything. Let's go punch the blue guy.
But tell me about the bell, the jug, and the wheel.
Yeah, now what are those? Where do those come from?
No, don't.
I don't want to get into
not
the
interested.
artifacts. I'm not either.
We'll have to do another Redux.
Oh no.
In 10 more years,
Yes.
where we talk about the detail behind every artifact.
Oh my god. Well, you know what we'll do? I'm looking forward to doing JLA Avengers 2. There's no way.
There's a JLA Avengers 2?
No.
Oh, I see. You
He's
mean
talking
if
about
they
like
do
when
it.
they do
yes.
this again.
Yeah, another 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, actually, we're gonna hatch that egg.
They did already. That's the problem. They hatched that egg in
yeah?
DC.
Oh?
Yeah, they didn't waste time.
Yeah, DC was like,
"The
that's my egg.
Yeah. Well, because Crona technically is a DC character.
Yep,
so
and
it's
Metron
like,
said he was taking the egg, so
so that's that.
we got that egg.
Yeah.
What happened?
He's a
Nothing
Crona
interesting.
baby. He raises him, he feeds him, he nurses him.
Why would they do that?
Right.
Why would they? If you don't have a good idea, just hold it.
I think that it's because
You
they
can hatch
wanted
that
to,
egg anytime.
I think
You
they
don't-
wanted to like prove that it mattered. They were like, that thing goes right into Justice League.
No, I have to use it,
insane.
otherwise
I
it's
know.
pointless.
Yeah.
No, just hang on to that. You just
Yeah.
set up a future thing that some writer is gonna have an awesome idea
Yeah.
for someday.
But also, then you got to do Crona again. And Crona
That's
barely holds together in this
true.
story.
Yeah,
much
it's like
less
if we're
any
gonna use
other-
Crona again, we gotta just do it right now. and
Yeah,
then
we're
move
doing
on.
every Crona story we're going to do is in this.
Hey, I thought I wanted knowledge. Turns out I'm just a dick.
Yeah.
Works for me. That's true.
How about after you hatch the egg? Still just a dick.
Well, now I'm irrelevant.
If I have a critique, it is that Crona sucks.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't get it.
Yeah, it was. I remember when I first read it, I didn't even know who Crona was, and I was
Right.
like, "Is he like a new character?
Right.
Or if he's a DC character, then why would it take both universes to beat him?"
I think the
Right.
biggest betrayal
How did he
is
get
that
so powerful?
Yeah.
it was Metron and Grandmaster,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Grandmaster and Crona.
No, we think it's Grandmaster and Crona, and
Right.
then Metron shows up, and you're like, "What?"
And also Metron.
Yeah, but then it's like, "Oh, but maybe
But then
it
it's
is
not
Metron
balanced
and
anymore.
Grandmaster." But then it's like, no, Grandmaster and Metron had a deal that manipulated Crona into starting the crossover.
Yeah. I guess you could say, because to me it's like, well, that's unbalanced. You got two DC
I know.
big characters, but I guess you could say, well, no, Galactus is the other one on the
Galactus is
Marvel
the other
side.
like X Factor. Yeah.
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 That's pretty sweet. So.
Why am I here?
What the fuck?
It seems like
Not
you guys
cool, man.
kind of already know what's going on, and you've been talking, and I'm just showing up now. Like, what the hell? What is this? It's not cool.
Just tell me all the answers to the questions I have.
What?
No. Immediately no.
Why would I do that? No,
Pass.
you're just
Hard
a
pass.
guy.
Why would I do that? You're so lame. I could tell by looking at your mustache, you are not a player.
Yeah, are you sure you're supposed to be here?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're supposed to be here.
I know some of these people and they're cool, but I don't know you, man.
It should have been the Beyonder, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, the Beyonder is God in Secret Wars 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not here to pitch. We did it! We hit the button, our special Redux button, which we only break out for special Redux occasions. I knew when they announced new crossovers, I was like, we're gonna do JLA Avengers again. And I hope it isn't 4 hours long. And it was not, it was 5. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time on another episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Keep reading. Was it?
Is it really fun? No.
No, it was, actually, it was only 3.5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's only a little after midnight. It's not so bad.
I'm sorry. Well, there it is.
All right.
Woohoo.
We did it.
It is.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
there
well,
it
there it is.
Yes, there